What's up? Hello? Alex, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I was muted. I didn't realize I was muted.
Alright, you don't have to fucking yell at me.
I wasn't. Now I've got an echo because I haven't. Good Lord. Midnight, you got a link. It's in your email. Get your ass in here.
Oh, not a Mohawk boy.
Yes, we need a Mohawk boy.
I don't think Gunpowder is going to be joining us this evening since she's got all that shit in her hair. You might as well not even send her a link. I'm sure she won't care.
I sent Tardot one. So we can get to her via him.
Alright.
And what the hell is going on here? Okay, well. I'm still trying to get this all set up over on the gun channel side, so bear with me, folks. The hell is that?
What?
I
was getting off on a ramp. That's my lane departure warning.
Oh, thank God. I thought you was just getting off. I was like, damn,
Well,
you make that kind of noise.
Well, I gotta wait till I get to the bottom of the ramp.
You have to wait till you get to the bottom of the ramp before you get off?
Yeah. I hear Grim's out here. Look at the chat. What's always? Well, I'm looking at the chat, Grim. What's up?
Tell Grim to hold his damn horses, and I'll send him a link.
There, hold your damn horses, Grim, and he'll send you a link.
We haven't had a Reaper in here in a while. I think we need one.
I didn't know Grim had horses to hold on to.
One or two.
Huh?
One or actually, I wouldn't call them horses. They're more like, miniature ponies.
Ah, okay. Well, don't let Bob know that.
No, God, no. We don't want Grim's ponies raped.
No.
Now, Grim, if you will go over to the gun channel side, you now have a link.
Cowboy out there. A pony and a double was his reply. Pony double? I didn't see this thing. Yeah, where is it? Oh, there.
Let's see. I sent Alan a link too. Me and him has to have a talk.
Oh, fucking Alan ain't gonna be here. He wasn't even over on Rich's chat tonight.
Well, I don't know if you watched the video earlier, but Alan has done give my damn phone number to Jack. Jack called me this morning. It was a mess.
I saw that.
Little prick.
Alan must be out with his lady friend again.
Oh, wait a minute. I know who we need to send a link to.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, yeah. We got to get the Scotsman in here. It's a Saturday night. The Scotsman needs to be here, damn it.
Wow. We got a Mohawk boy in the chat.
It's about time.
Are you gobbling knobs again? It sounds like it.
Everyone I can get my hands on.
What's that?
Everything I can get my hands on.
Oh. Get that fucking kitchen cleaned up. Sounds like you're doing dishes.
Somebody else is doing dishes. I'm getting ready to walk out. So
Ah.
I might be muted here because of the traffic and all that shit. So I'll get in the truck.
Okay, I have a question. How much does your dishwasher get paid?
Probably not as much as you do.
Well, then
I know
you need to give
we've
that
talked
fucker a
about this before.
raise.
Yeah. I need a goddamn raise.
Midnight's at one of them highfalutin
I need
restaurants. He
I
probably
need a
gets paid more than I do.
I need a fucking day off is what I need.
I agree.
Bullshit. And tonight was my last night of my sous chef too, so I'll be without a sous chef again.
Damn it. Okay, Midnight, I tell you what. I'll move up there and I'll work for you, but you're going to pay me
All right, what's the deal?
$13 an hour starting out.
All right. I don't give a shit anymore. Fuck it.
Hell, I ought to take that deal. That's $2 an hour more than I'm making now.
There you go. You can just hook your truck to your trailer and move it right up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Fill up the house. Fill up your house with gas and get up here.
Yeah.
There's
It's
gotta
a
be some trailer parks around Harrisburg somewhere there.
uh-huh. Actually, I just move into the motel across the street from the restaurant.
Oh no, don't want to do that.
Oh, it's a
I can
cheap
only
little
imagine
place.
what part of town. Yeah, I know it's gonna be cheap, but that's a pretty sketchy part of town, probably.
Oh, well, we know that.
I mean, Waffle Houses usually aren't built in the nicest neighborhoods.
Well, this is true. Even the finer ones.
Yeah, fine dining. It's go Waffle House.
No. If you want fine dining, you go to the Huddle House or IHOP. That's fine
What?
dining.
Oh, the IHOP. Okay. I was
Yeah,
thinking Perkins.
IHOP or Huddle House. That's a step up from Waffle House.
Why do we always talk about the one-legged chick from the Waffle House? You'd think she'd work at IHOP. That joke writes itself.
Yeah. Yeah, well, considering she decided to break up with me and she's moving back to California, apparently.
Ugh.
Oh, well. You need to do something with that thing. It's going to get annoying after a while.
I'd block it out anymore. Is it more or less annoying than the You've Got Mail night strike?
No, there's nothing that annoying.
That
Could
shit's
you
funny when
imagine?
he gets. That shit's funny when you hear that. Every once in a while during a chat, I'll send him an email just to hear it.
You've got mail.
You've got mail.
Oh, don't forget, we have a story time tomorrow night, don't we, Travis?
That's right.
Yeah. Did you?
Hey, you better not be up too late tomorrow night there, buddy. You got to get up bright and squirrely, get the hot dogs ready for the rally.
Dude, I don't get any goddamn sleep. You should know this already.
I'll be at the Cracker Barrel by about 8 a.m. That's my plan.
Travis knows somebody that works at a Cracker Barrel?
The ass Cracker Barrel. That's right.
That's where we're meeting for breakfast. We're going a step above the Waffle House.
Oh, cool. Okay, let's see who's out there listening. We have Grim, Zippy, 30 Clipazine, Midnight, you're out there. Slim Cowboy's out there. Grim, if you go onto the Gun Channel side and look at your messages, you actually have a link. Obnoxious is out there. How you doing, buddy? That's about it for right now. Only 7 of you. And my question is if there's 7 of you out there, how come I only got 4 thumbs up? Who's slacking? Somebody's slacking.
Slacking?
I'll be
Who's
back in
slacking?
a second.
What are we talking about?
Well, I just took a look over at the YouTube side, and I've got 9 people watching now, and I've only got 4 thumbs up. That don't make good sense.
Here, hold on a second. Hold on a second. There you go. How's that? Better?
I don't know. No, there's 5. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
No shit, Night Strike's out there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's bad for business.
It's past his bedtime. I don't understand it.
No, it's not. He's the one that strikes at night.
Yes, as long as it's before 9 o'clock. He's got like an hour.
Technically, yeah, it's 12:30, so it's tomorrow morning. So he should be in bed. He should be in bed at midnight every night at the very latest, because then he'll be striking in the morning.
Well, see, the problem with that is he needs to change his name to strike at late afternoon, or strike before 9 o'clock, because normally about 9:10 he's asleep. He's gone.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what he wants everybody to think. I think he's actually watching porn, but that's just me.
That's cool, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope, nothing wrong with watching porn.
At least he's not out like murdering puppies or anything. You know what I mean?
No, that's your job.
Wait a minute here. No, we discussed some of the porn Ellis was watching last night, and there was all kinds of fucking things wrong with that. Okay?
I must have missed that.
I was not watching porn. Where did you get I was watching porn?
Well,
Oh, you're talking about that sick video of that woman? Yeah, that wasn't porn, but it was disgusting. Actually, in the last, I caught 2 of those videos in 2 days, and they were both kind of disgusting.
For some reason, Ellis has a bunch of bestiality videos popping up in his queue, and he doesn't know why. I mean,
they're not bestiality. They're she didn't have sex with the dog on film. She was just talking about having sex with a dog.
What the fuck is going on, man? What the hell kind of chats are you running?
See? This is what I fucking walked into last night, and I get accused of being the vulgar one. See?
Yeah, anyway. Sounds like something Alan Anchor would be talking about in your chat.
I'm not even sure she's on there. I'd send her a link. Apparently, Grim's afraid to come in here. He's got that link, and he ain't went to it yet.
Can you fucking blame him?
Nope, not at all. I do not blame him one little bit. It's kind of weird to be on this early. I'm used to waiting until after the Daily Gun Show.
It's an early night.
Well, Night Strike.
Vroom, vroom.
You're leaving us for Rich. Well, that's fine. You tell Rich I said hello, and he's more than welcome to come join us.
Somebody else has a chat open?
Apparently. I didn't know it.
Well, they had clearing the chamber earlier, and then they just left it open. They were over there bullshitting.
Oh, well.
Oh, I didn't know that. I dropped out of there.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks they've been letting it just run. They've been just kind of doing like an open chat.
Yeah. I got booted out, and I didn't even notice it was still live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta fuel this piece of shit up. Oh.
There's Mel. You could throw Mel a link.
Hey, we'll go right ahead. Hey, all are welcome here. We don't,
Yeah, we don't discriminate.
Not the least little bit do we discriminate. I mean, I let RL in here, so.
That's true.
Yeah, true.
And I've even had Alan B. Pro on here many, many, many times. So.
I haven't seen Alan much lately. He must be hanging out with his cool friends.
Yeah, he's been
He's got a girl.
Actually, he's tied up at the moment, literally.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So he's doing one better than the rest of us.
He's off trying to squeeze boobies and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there's nothing wrong with squeezing boobies.
No, that's for damn sure.
I wish I could.
The only boobies I've squeezed lately is my own, and it ain't the same. It just ain't the same.
Nope.
It's getting wild.
You know, you just don't get the same thrill from squeezing your own boobies. I don't understand it.
Hey, Black Cat, do you reload for 223?
Yeah.
You say I was I'm gonna eventually, you know what I mean? I've been looking a lot about the small base sizing, the small base dies versus the regular dies. Do you use a regular die or do you use a small base for your 220?
I use a regular die.
Do you?
Yep.
I was
small base
was
ones.
wondering
I
if it
don't
was-
think lock into my collars right. I use the collars that snap in and out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering because I was looking at some prices and I was wondering if it was worth it to buy the regular dies. And then if I would need the small dies, I'd have to buy the goddamn small die, and the small die itself is almost as much as the set,
Yeah.
buy them alone. So I didn't know if it was worth it. I was going to bring that up on the show tomorrow just to see if anybody else has any experience with it. Because I mean, I wouldn't imagine that the PSA would have like a real tight chamber, because it's not like a high-end rifle or anything. Usually the higher end ones are the ones with real tight chambers, for accuracy.
Well, is it a 223 wild or is it an actual 5.56?
It's a 5.56.
Yeah, you won't have a tight chamber then.
Yeah.
Mine's got a 223 wild chambering. My Savage.
Oh, yeah. The 223 wild's a little bit tighter, and then I was thinking about it too. Like, if you don't need to do the small base, you probably shouldn't, because then it's gonna. I would think that would adversely affect your accuracy.
Yeah.
Because you got a little bit of play in the chamber. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll just go with the regular one and kind of cross my fingers. But I don't think it would be an issue. I wouldn't have thought it would be an issue, I should say.
I haven't really never found it an issue. I mean, my dissipator build, I never really did like shot it for like precision or anything like that.
Right.
But my other AR shoots about 1.5 MOA. So.
Yeah. I was just looking at. I was looking at some videos last night and today from people that need to use the small base dies because the standard dies won't chamber right. They won't, the bolt won't close and stuff. So I just never even really thought about it until the other day. I forgot that they even existed, because I don't, I've never reloaded for it. So.
Well, now I'm not a reloader, but I do have a question about all this.
Yeah.
What is the difference between the 5.56, the 223, and the 223 Wild?
The 223 Wild is a little bit tighter chamber. It's a little bit, so it helps with accuracy, supposedly.
Yeah.
Because there's not as much play in it, where, you know what I mean, where the bullet. See, when you shoot a bullet, it expands to the chamber. Yes. You know what I mean? So that's why some reloaders, I shouldn't say a lot, some reloaders will not resize their brass because they want it to fit as snugly into that chamber as possible. So that's the idea behind the Wild. So if you use a traditional die, sometimes it doesn't size it small enough, and it won't actually chamber. But with a 5.56 and a 223, should be a little bit more play in it because it's not as tight a chamber. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, the 5.56 has a slightly longer chamber than the 223 does.
Yeah.
And the 223 Wild is basically right in between the two of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of, how do I want to say it? If you're reloading for, like, precision accuracy, like, your goal is to get the bullet to be, like, almost touching the lands and grooves in the door before it,
like
you don't want to jump that. There's a gap there. Whereas with, like, a 5.56, the chamber's longer, so you have a gap, and the idea is you're not going to get quite as much accuracy because it's going to have to jump that gap a little more. But you get more reliability because the chamber is looser. So
right. And that's where, like, if you look at my 8mm, the throat on my 8mm chamber is so long that even with, like, the largest or heaviest bullet I can buy, I can't even seat it far enough out to touch so that it would actually even seat in the bullet. It's really crazy. It just that's just how they were built. They were built like that. So it's actually pretty cool.
And it probably has some chamber or some throat erosion over the years too.
I don't think this was shot a whole lot. I mean, I know my family had it since. I mean, it was built in 40. It's a 43 production. And then my grandfather, I think, bought it in like the 60s or earlier. And it was a bring back. So I don't think it was shot a whole lot. And they actually thought it had an issue, so they never shot it. But it was the type of ammo they were trying to run in it. It won't chamber round nose. It'll actually, the chamber's so long that it'll actually, that if you use a round nose bullet, like a round nose soft point, it'll actually jam into the top of the chamber. It's built for like a longer bullet. So they never shot the damn thing but a couple of times because my grandpa always said, I don't know what's wrong with it. It jams up and it doesn't want to feed the bullet. It was just because it wasn't they weren't using the proper projectile,
The 8mm bullet or 8mm cartridge was one of the first military cartridges to use a Spitzer type bullet.
Yeah, and it was big too. It was a 196 grain or 198 grain or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big. I'll tell you what, the 8mm is no joke, man. I mean, it's been around for a long time, but that round can move, and that's a heavy projectile too. I mean, you're talking like the 30-06 is around because of the 30-03 wasn't good enough. They wanted something to keep up with the 8mm.
Yeah, the 30-03 was basically developed directly from the 8mm.
Yeah, it was. So that's, I don't know. I need to get the dies and stuff. I still haven't even reloaded from my 308 yet. I can't find the time.
I gotta mute out. This is getting loud, I'm sure.
Yes, it's getting a bit annoying there. Hey, Snowy, how you doing? Hey, Gary, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing good. I was starting to wonder if I was getting forgotten about or if I was chopped liver. You haven't sent me a link in a while.
You're both.
Well,
that's okay. I'm babysitter tonight because Megan got a concussion at work. So
apparently, unlucky Eddie wants to go streak the Vatican. Well, Eddie, you go right ahead and you do that, brother, and let me know how it turns out for you.
I'm down.
Yeah, send me pictures from the prison.
No, I checked gun channels for a link. I didn't see one, so I refreshed the page. Then it said something about your website has exceeded the maximum number of resources. So I refreshed it again. It came up and I saw my link there, and it's like, boy, everything's acting weird tonight. YouTube keeps signing me out, and I don't know what.
YouTube did that to me earlier when we were in when I was in Tardot's chat. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there, I'm on my computer, and all of a sudden, bam, you are no longer signed in.
Yeah. Now, Midnight, were you showing us your pussy there?
I was gonna say there's one of George's buddies is hanging out in front of my house.
Oh,
Wait a minute, you
Probably
didn't
be Black Cat's
you
buddy.
didn't stop at the grocery store tonight?
No, not tonight. I worked the other job. I went last night. I had to stop and get the wife some snacks and stuff last night. So not tonight.
Oh well. How is Mia? I haven't seen her in a while.
I know she hasn't been jumping in a whole lot. She's I don't know. She's got a lot of other stuff that she watches. You know what I mean? She's always watched a lot of like makeup stuff and like fashion stuff or whatever. So the gun
Who really
stuff
wants to watch Elias's chat?
Elias from Platoon? Or was it Platoon or Full Metal Jacket? Which one was that?
I can't remember.
that was Platoon.
Platoon, yeah.
Sergeant Elias. That was Tom Berenger.
Yeah. And then last week during she fell asleep while I was doing, before my chat last week. So I haven't seen her on a whole lot.
That's funny. Most people fall asleep during your chat.
Yeah, for sure. Especially running these goddamn long ones. Holy Christ. 4 or 5 hour chats.
Shoot. I don't know. Last week you had a damn good chat. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's a lot of time. The last couple of weeks, like the first hour, 2 hours, 2.5 hours have been really good, and then it just kind of turns into a bullshitting session, which is fine. I don't really mind. But yeah, the first part of last week and the first half of the week before were really good. I think.
The hell did we talk about last week?
Fuck if I know. I'd have to go back and watch it.
A little bit of everything, and then the two stories.
Is anybody else having issues with their videos taking forever to render?
Yes.
Because it's happened to me a couple of times. It's happened to me a couple times in the past, but the last 2 or 3 weeks, every video, every live stream has taken like 24, 48 hours to fully upload. It's really weird.
Well, when your live stream is 9 hours long, it takes a while, buddy.
Yeah, it doesn't help, that's for sure. And I always thought maybe it was because I used to use my phone, but now that I'm using the laptop, it's still doing it. It's weird.
Oh, look who has graced us with an appearance.
Whoa.
Princess is here.
Oh, hello.
Her and her tie-dye hair. And
so I got a notification from my stream on Thursday saying that someone had reported it and that they were going to pull the video down, but the video's still there, and I haven't gotten suspended from doing any live streams or anything like that. So I'm confused as to what's going on there.
What would it? What does it say? Why you got reported?
No, it just it said something about violated community guidelines or some crap like that, which I don't understand how it violated community guidelines, because that chat was about me being a security contractor.
Yeah, who knows, man.
Probably disgusting.
I never get any of those.
Is that the one
I
that
never get any of those warnings. My chats just fucking disappear.
Yeah.
I'm getting an echo somewhere.
Well, so far I haven't managed to get any. I got one community strike, I guess, a month and a half ago, but nothing ever came of it.
Yeah, you act like that's surprising for one of your chats.
Well, no, I ain't surprised.
Yeah, really.
I ain't surprised at all.
I can't believe he's only fucking got one.
It would be interesting for them to let you know what it was.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try calling on Monday and see what they have to say about it, because I mean, one way or another, it says that I got a hit with some strike or something. So it's like, and Gary was in there for the entire chat. I don't think I said anything that went on a line other than talking about the weirdest thing I've packed at Amazon is a dildo with a fucking gun handle on it.
I remember that one.
That's an epic combo, though. That might.
I remember that chat.
So like you say dildo, and Gunpowder speaks right up.
I remember that package.
Listen, Listen, it's got a gun handle on it.
Yeah, I'm
How
sure that's
could I
what
not
interests you.
pay attention to that one?
I'm sure the fact that the dildo has the gun handle on it is what was interesting to you.
You know, I never sent. I don't have Gunpowder's email. I didn't send her that email the other day. I don't know if she's.
No, but your best friend sent it to me, so I saw your sticker.
That's been forwarded all over the internet by now, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
that fucking thing was epic.
That was pretty funny.
Oh, Gunpowder, did you get my email from last night?
Yes, I did.
All right, I was just making sure because I've been getting. That's another thing is with Gmail. I know people's email addresses are right, but I've been getting notifications saying that they're not going through, even though the email's right. Like I tried sending one to Midnight, I think yesterday to reply to, or this morning to reply to a couple of his emails, and I'm literally replying to his emails. This is not a valid email. Fuck you mean? He just emailed me off of it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Huh.
It's Google.
You spelled Waffle House King wrong. That's probably why it didn't go through.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I only spell it with one F.
Is it
Travis?
Blue Waffle House?
Yeah, Travis at bluewafflehouse.com.
Bleh.
Christ.
But don't forget his other account, Travis Loves Twatwaffle at gmail.com.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna need to lock my gun up and get a drink pretty soon.
That's my favorite kind of waffle.
I have to lock your gun up or you're afraid he's going to steal your booze? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's always the funny thing is I made this long post on Facebook a couple weeks ago because everybody was going after the gun and it's an inanimate object. I'm like, I've literally told my gun that I'll let another guy finger her and that I'll beat the shit out of it and I'll let another guy fuck with it and beat the hell out of her and take her home. And none of my guns have ever jumped out and done shit to me, so I must have some lazy guns or somebody's blaming something that they shouldn't be.
Well,
Your guns are into swinging.
You even said you'd let a girl finger your gun, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll give you credit for that.
Well, right now, I've got a 1911 on one side of me, a 12-gauge shotgun on the other side of me, and neither one of them doing shit.
Lazy fucking guns.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Give me about 30 seconds and I'll have a CZ75 on my hip. So.
Yeah, I was cutting mine out earlier because I had to replace the firing pin because it fucking snapped and it didn't do shit. I told it I was going to throw it against the wall because that fucking firing pin block didn't want to release.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I want everybody to cuss my gun here. I want to see what happens.
I'll finger it. Do you want like 2 fingers or just a tip? What do you want?
No, you do whatever you want. I mean, it's sitting here.
I'm gonna finger bang the shit out of your gun.
Fist is coming.
I'll take your gun and make it watch me fuck its sister.
Nothing, dude. Nothing.
That's just like I tell mine. I'll put you in the corner, make you watch me fuck your sister, and then tell her that I fucked your sister, and see how it reacts. I mean, a woman, that's called the wild cowboy, because you tell her that when you're fucking her from behind and grab onto her hair.
Oh, wait a minute here. You better stop with the sister fucking talk. Ellis is going to get all hot and bothered.
Nah, aren't you a funny bitch?
I have my moments.
We have to leave one space open tonight just in case Alan decides to show up. Because me and Alan needs to have a talk.
Not coming.
Alan,
he is not coming. Well, he might be coming, but he ain't showing up here.
Yeah. Well,
wow.
Hey, he's got a point.
Well, so you want to know something real funny? I'm working out a deal with a local holster company, as a lot of people know already, to do some T&E work for them and working out sponsorship. And I literally had to tell them that on my chats, we kind of keep it PG, except for the language. We don't talk about a lot of random shit. But I literally had to tell them if I join Outlaw Hatfield's chat, I can't guarantee what's coming out of my mouth. And they had to agree to those terms. So...
Usually Outlaw can't guarantee what's going into his mouth either. So.
Hey, watch that.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, watch that shit. I'm not one of you, okay?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
What do you mean you? That's like you people.
Yeah.
That's awful close to you people.
Look.
The people is implied. He said you people.
No, I just said you, referring to Black Cat.
What do you mean you people?
I didn't say you people.
I see how it is.
You.
Pick on the one Black Cat in the chat.
Yeah, exactly.
You're fine with Gary.
I seen it.
You got George over there with Gary. You're not saying shit to him, but you're gonna pick on the Black Cat. I see how you are.
Hey, George has got his pussy, so.
My Chinese food is in heat right now, so if anybody wants to start cooking some cat, I will donate the Chinese food to you. It's just like last night. I told in the chat. I don't know if Outlaw saw it, but I told him the way his dogs were barking, those fuckers would have been made into Chinese food a long time ago.
Yeah, well, they're doing it again right now.
Dude, I know. Our dogs are fucking crazy, man. They just
see if I can get my shirt in here. See, Ellis, you gotta get in this right here. Black guns matter, buddy.
Yeah, they do matter. I have to agree. Black guns matter. That's why I've got a black gun sitting right beside me here.
I put an FDE backstrap on it so they can't claim that it's a scary gun anymore because it's not only a black gun, it's a mixed race gun.
Oh.
Biracial. Always go good with
biracial.
Gun check.
Well, I don't know. Mine's sort of three-colored. It's black, and it's got a little red dot here, and the shells are white.
I guess technically you could say mine's three because if you look, I couldn't get all the goddamn coloring out of the slide that the last asshole used some weird paint to color for the slide.
Gun check. How's that?
It's easy.
Gun check. Here's Gary.
Damn it! You would do that, wouldn't you, asshole? Hold on.
What?
Who are you calling an asshole?
Sorry, I've got hair dye on, and if I get hair dye on Tardot's 1911, he's gonna kick my ass. So no gun check for me.
I think I got you beat, guys.
Go big or go home.
Well,
the dildo make is
that one don't work. I got the backup. So I'll let you guys choose which one you want.
Here's something you've never heard before. That's long and scary, Hatfield.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Hell, it's long, black, and scary. That's definitely something you ain't ever heard.
Guys, we're gonna have to work if this chat's gonna hit a new low after the whole dog piss drinking thing last night.
No. See, I'm trying to keep this one at least R rated.
Well, we're gonna need just aim for NC-17.
Does that mean pirates like it? Yarr.
Who the fuck was that? That was like the creepiest R ever. Oh, that's scary.
We have
like he was motorboating, not a pirate.
We have porch monkey nipples in here.
Porch monkey nipples. Okay.
Well, porch monkey nipples, and we are glad to have him or her. I'm not sure if Porch is a he or a she, but we're glad to have you.
Hey, Porch Monkey Nipples, you want to trade names?
Damn it, Outlaw. Are you assuming gender now? First you say you people, then you're against black cats, and now you're assuming somebody's gender.
I'm not assuming shit.
Yeah, I just realized this is bald people's chat. Check this shit out.
I ain't bald yet.
Come on, Hatfield, get your camera on.
No, I just had my camera on.
Midnight's hanging on to them couple strands of hair he calls.
Well, he's only got 3, and they're fighting for dear life to stay connected.
Yeah, that's okay.
What the?
Jesus Christ!
Somebody shoot those dogs.
Oh, I wish.
Oh, here's a good one. This is a laser that attaches to a pistol. It was sent to me for T&E gear. I literally took it out to put batteries in for the first time, and the whole damn laser assembly falls the fuck out of it with the spring attached to it. And then I'm sitting here, I'm looking at it like, this is the cheapest piece of shit ever. I called the company. I'm like, hey, I'm not trying to be an asshole. You guys sent this to me. I'm trying to offer to send it back, but I'm not reviewing this shit whatsoever. Oh, no, that's okay. You can keep it. Please do a review if you ever feel that it would be a necessity. I told him, I'm like, I'm never going to feel it's a necessity, not when the shit falls apart the first time I pull it apart. So that's the first time I've ever had a product sent to me for T&E that is such a piece of shit, I haven't even put batteries in it to test it yet.
So I have a question. What holster company is it you're trying to get a deal worked out with?
Crusader Concealment. They're based out of Green Bay, Wisconsin.
And what exactly do they do?
They do custom Kydex holsters for pretty much any gun you can name. And then on top of that, the guy is really cool. So if you contact him, like the flashlight that's on, or the weapons light that's on my carry gun, it looks like a Streamlight TLR2, and it'd probably fit within a TLR2 holster. But I told him about it, and this was sent to me for T&E. So I'm not saying the company's name yet, but they sent me the light, and then he actually went online and ordered one so he can make a custom holster that'll fit that light for my M&Ps. So he's a really good guy. He is still starting off essentially, but yeah, he'll do pretty much any custom Kydex stuff. And for me, because I'm a local Wisconsin guy and I'm still small enough where he wants to work with me, he doesn't want to work with like a Yankee size channel. He wants to work with some of the smaller guys. He's sending me a whole care package. Like I texted him, the main holster I was using for that, the clips broke on it or snapped on it yesterday when I was carrying it, and then a part of the actual holster itself snapped. I sent him a text message. I'm like, hey, how quickly can you get me a holster out? Mine just broke. And I told him, I'm like, I'll pay for it, what have you. And he's like, oh, I'll get two for you sent out right away, and I'll have more coming for you once my light comes in. So he's real good, and he seems to make the stuff pretty quick too. So
hey, Scott, how are you doing, buddy?
Good. Thanks for the link.
Not a problem, brother. Welcome to hell.
I figured the chat needed more hair.
There you go.
Gonna start making it look like a 1980s porno soon.
No, I don't have a mustache like C4.
No, nobody looks like they got buckwheat in a headlock. How many 80s pornos have you seen? I mean, I'm old enough, I've seen quite a few. But
hey,
I still have VHS.
Yeah.
Oh,
you would not believe some of the shit that's made its way onto the internet before the internet was on there. You hop on Pornhub, and I guarantee you can find more Bush pornos than you ever could imagine of seeing.
Oh shit! You can find Caligula.
We have Gun Channel's royalty out on the YouTube side. Too Hottie is there. How you doing, Too Hottie?
Or don't answer.
He don't. Well, you got to remember, there's a little delay there.
Yeah. I gotta go get something to eat, fellas. I'm fucking starving.
Well, George, Gary Hyde George.
Okay.
I've
never been averse to eating pussy every once in a while.
Ew.
Yeah, most of the time it's dick. We
Just
get
stay
it.
away from them blue waffles. That's all I gotta say.
And now Death has joined us. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, the Ripper.
That's what
Good
those
evening.
blue waffles will do to you.
Well, you said what the hell, so hell, I'm here.
The Reaper didn't get his kill. He was going for my fiance tonight, but she had a near miss, so she's good.
Oh no. Can't get the ones we want.
That's no shit.
Yeah, you see Alice is still
hanging
around.
Haven't you had enough fun this month?
What?
I mean, come on, think about it. You done took Arlie. Got Barbara.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
speaking
one
of
was
Arlie, it was funny. I had YouTube just playing on a random loop yesterday while I was doing some shit around the house, and all of a sudden it gets back to the old Glock commercials that had Gunny in it, and I had forgotten about these commercials, but it was absolutely hilarious to see them. Like the one where the guy's trying to break in the house and the guy had fainted and he's an EMT strapping the guy on there. Somebody picked the wrong house or picked the wrong girl. Then it's got another one. He's making a milkshake in a diner. Somebody picked the wrong diner. It's just perfect how he's sitting in there.
Yeah, those are classic.
Oh Lord! So Graham, how you been? You ain't been on here in a while.
No, I've been hiding.
I can't fucking blame you for not being on here for a while.
Yeah. Ouch.
RL, you don't have to come in here. I mean, you know.
I do. I keep telling. It's like a train wreck. I just can't fucking get away from it.
RL's like, you haven't been here for a while. How'd you luck out?
It's attracted to chaos.
You know you'd miss me, Ellis, if I didn't come in here and say fuck right off the bat every night.
I'm sure somebody would take your place. We have gunpowder in here.
That's true.
Shit, it's starting to get stacked. Where's Biker Bob when you need him just to fuck something up?
Yeah, just to get started on something.
Hey, Too Hottie, would you like a link?
Well, shit, we're gonna have a full panel here soon.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we're gonna have a full train wreck.
Yeah, where's Angelina? Get Angelina in.
I don't bring it on. You get Angelina and Bob in here together, and it's gonna go down.
Oh, the fireworks would be great.
Christ.
No, I'm trying to keep Bob and Gunpowder separated for a while.
Oh, they have
gunpowder,
don't they?
Hey, wait. Bob and I are totally okay. I just had an off day.
Any day you have to deal with Bob is an off day. What the hell are you talking about?
That's kind of true.
Just hearing Bob's laugh just makes me giggle.
It's like, did he get evicted from the Daily Game Show? Because he hasn't been on there in a while.
Fucking Burgess Meredith is the penguin.
Well, then you wonder if he's going to pass out or not.
The day that Angelina was on the chat, he ran off.
I got you, Batman.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm listening in. I got to run in the store here. Oh, my camera's still on. Huh?
What? You got a what?
Run in the store to get something to eat.
He's acting like he's actually trying to do something.
I'll totally take a Coke and an order of fries.
Yeah.
First of all, what store are you going to?
Sheep.
Adult World.
Sheep World?
You don't know what Sheets is.
Oh, I forget. You guys are all from weird fucking down south there. That's
What?
Sheets.
What?
From Cheeps?
Excuse me?
That's Sheets. SHEETZ.
Hey, it's better than being from fuck your cousin country out in West Virginia, so.
Damn.
Then it would be sheep. You know
That's
what?
Yeah, that's sheep. Sheep.
You know, I wasn't. Alice, you were showing those pictures. You were showing those family pictures. That was you, right? Was that Night Strike?
Yeah, no, those were his family pictures.
I have all the blonde in the back covered.
And I wanted so bad to make jokes, and I didn't. I think you should be proud of me because it was your family, and I didn't want to make jokes.
Well, thank you, Midnight.
Yep.
I did. I made jokes.
Oh,
yes.
You did?
Yes. Yes.
I think Night Strike got pissed off at me because I started mentioning story time earlier, and he wouldn't say shit.
Oh,
yeah. He doesn't
story
like my
time.
Story. He doesn't like my story, and that is total and 100% bullshit.
You know what? We can.
I call BS.
Well, Night Strike gets offended pretty fucking easily.
Yeah.
Midnight. You have that story handy?
It's in my email. Yeah, I can.
You got a handy?
Well, we can do it tonight. Midnight can read it out tonight.
I can read it here. I'm sitting out in front of my goddamn house in my truck. That's not weird at all, is it?
No, not at all.
You could
it's
actually
not weird
go in your house and read it if that's what you like.
I don't want to.
The wife's probably sitting there winding up the fucking minigun, just waiting for him to get out of the car.
Yeah.
Listen, weirder shit has happened on the Outlaw show, so I think you'll be okay.
All right.
I mean, I sit outside of people's houses in a creeper van. I get paid for it, so.
You know, Midnight should be used to sitting outside in the van, or truck at Camp Hoopa Joop.
It's nice that I don't have the windows, so that's good.
Hoopa Poop.
Yeah, you want me to read it? I got it here.
Go ahead.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, story time.
This is an unexpected treat until we read it, and then we'll probably realize that it wasn't worth it. It's, of course, the Travi Nation. Travi invasion. See, I fucked up already.
Illegal Travi.
That's true. Let me see how much juice I got in the old... Well, I only got 21%.
We don't care how much juice.
Come on! Come on! Come on, it's the juice! Alright, so the Travi invasion. It was there my battery just came on. Here we go. It was a beautiful Friday morning in late May. The sun was bright, and not a cloud could be seen. It was a good day to travel, and that's exactly what the man with the mohawk was doing. He was on his way to the airport. From there, he would be flying to Atlanta to take command of his troops. His troops. The thought brought a smile to his face. It was long overdue. The years he had been waiting for this moment. He was about to be part of the biggest attack in world history. A simultaneous attack on some of the Earth's largest cities. By tomorrow, at this time, the Travi takeover would be in full swing. In the United States alone, it was estimated that 300,000 people would be dead in the first 6 hours. This again made him smile. Boy, if Night Strike didn't like my story, this is looking pretty goddamn horrible for me, isn't it?
Yeah, you're making me work a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, you get overtime though. That's cool. The initial attack would come from an EMP blast over 25 major U.S. cities and military bases, and a smaller blast delivered by trucks parked in small towns. But you're getting a strike for this shit for sure on your channel, man. You're planning world domination.
It's a story.
It's a manifesto. No room for error. That was the last message he had received this morning. Midnight Range TM, second in command of the Earth-based Travi, was happy.
You have trouble sending out links, don't you, hipster?
He would be leading the attack in the southeast U.S. He was happy with his position for the most part. Of course, that fooled Travis P11 was in overall command of Earth. That to Midnight was a mistake. P11 was too nice and too friendly. He actually liked some humans. Nice and friendly people didn't win wars. They just mostly got in the way. An hour later, a private jet lifted off the runway, heading south towards Atlanta. It would take him 6 hours to get to his destination after the 2 stops he had to make, one in Knoxville, Tennessee, and the other in Chattanooga. By 8 p.m., he would be sitting in one of the warehouses that had been converted into a huge converted into huge Faraday cages and making the final plans for the attack. Nothing could stop them now. It was 1:30 a.m. and Night Strike was still awake and sitting in Gun Channel's hangout chat. In the room with him was Biker Bob, G-Webs, Mr. Knives, Gavin, Flippy, the Outlaw Hatfield, and Potatoes and Lead. Others were listening to the hangout from the lobby. As usual, they were discussing matters of great importance, such as why pancakes are better with chocolate chips, and what the best topping for pizza was, or why anyone would carry a Chiapa Rhino. Yes, very important stuff. Of course, they were also picking on Night Strike about his lack of shooting skills and his blue dress, which of course he didn't own or never had. Night Strike wasn't a cross-dresser, and besides, virgins wear white. That's fucked up. The Outlaw had taken a fishing trip and was somewhere on the banks of the Mississippi trying to catch pre-spawn catfish. Not having much luck, apparently. Not much apparently, because he had been in the hangouts for 2 hours. Ghost Tactical was also around. He and the Outlaw had made plans to meet up and go to a local gun show and find a place to do some shooting there afterwards, that afternoon. Ghost had just made the comment he hoped that the Outlaw could shoot better than he could fish when one of the rods bent over double and the drag started to sing. Fish on! The Outlaw jumped up, dropping his phone in the puddle left by the earlier rain.
We talking about Outlaw fucking midnight with the whole rod bending in half and shit?
No, I wasn't there. This is him and Ghost. Little fella. Not
the
me.
Little fella.
Little fella.
Tiny water?
Yeah. He yelled and he grabbed the rod. Well, that does sound like maybe there was something going on there. I don't know. He yelled and he grabbed the rod and started cranking the handle. Whoa. Trey, can you get... Wow. Trey, can you get my phone out of the mud? See, that's an innuendo right there, too. I don't know what's going on in this story. Yeah, sure I can. But will I? He laughs at his own joke. Good news, Ellis, your phone still works. The guys in the hangout stop their conversations to watch the Outlaw reel in whatever it is on his line. Then one of them says, whatever it is, it's going to get away, Hatfield. He couldn't catch a clap in a whorehouse. That got a roar of laughter from everyone. Go fuck yourself, Tony, was the response that the Outlaw gave with a smile. Isn't it past your bedtime? Tony grunted. Nah, I just woke up. The fight went for 10 minutes. For every 10 yards of line reeled in, it seemed like 15 yards went out. This was a good-sized fish. Finally, it broke the surface. It was indeed a catfish, a huge flathead. Ghost, grab the net. Ghost looked around. What net? Crap! They had managed to leave the net in the vehicle, which was normal. Murphy was a dick. Ellis said fuck and started wading out into the river. He wasn't about to lose his fish. He grabbed the line and pulled the fish closer, then stuck his hand into its mouth. This was a painful experience. The big cat clamped down on his hand and it felt like a vice closing in on it. He wrapped the other hand around the cat and walked the 10 feet back to the bank. Laying the fish down as gently as he could, he pulled his now bloody fist. I think you missed the word here. He pulled his now bloody hand out of its mouth. Damn, said Ghost. I didn't think catfish had teeth. Catfish don't have long teeth. They do have patches of very sharp sandpaper-like teeth in the upper and lower jaw. The big ones have enough pressure in their jaws to do some damage, the Outlaw explained, holding up his hand to show the guys watching in the Hangouts chat. Man, my phone keeps skipping around here. Sorry. How big is it? Ghost took a guess. I would say it's at least 60 pounds. It's a big one. The Outlaw nodded in agreement and went about removing the hook. It would be the last fishing trip he would take in a long time. P11 had his shit together. He was ready. He had made all the arrangements and prepared himself for the day. The end was so close he could taste it now. Soon the world would belong to the Travi. Another great victory for them, and another world defeated. They estimated that it would take 6 months to a year to defeat the humans after they first attack. He looked at his watch. 10 minutes was all he had to wait now. 10 minutes until most of the earth would be plunged into darkness. His people had spent 200 years waiting for this. Thousands on huge Faraday cages. Thousands and huge Faraday cages have been built all over the world. Thousands of huge Faraday cages has been built all over the world. Some of them the size of 3 football fields. In them was stored vehicles, jets, helicopters, computers, weapons, and other things they would need to win the war. They had spent trillions of dollars. They even had a rocket ready to carry satellites into orbit. Yes, he was ready. He walked around the hangar, watched his people work on last-minute projects. He wouldn't know how successful the first attacks would be until after it was all over. They would have to reestablish communications. This would take a while. Locally, ham radios would work, but it would take hours to set that up as well. He walked into a small office and sat in a chair behind a huge wooden desk. Another Travi was sitting in the room looking over some papers. He paused and looked up. "Are you worried?" P11 smiled. "Not at all. We've been planning this for decades. We have trained and practiced. We are ready." The other Travi went back to his papers. P11 looked at his watch again. 3 minutes remaining. He closed his eyes and smiled, then stood up. He picked his phone up. He picked his phone. He picked his phone, opened a comms app that would send his voice out to every Travi based around the world. Then he stated his final speech. "My Travi brothers and sisters, in a few short minutes, all of our plans and hard work will bear fruit. We will take over this planet and rule over it with an iron fist. We will do this for the greater good of all the Travi. For far too long, we have pretended to be like these worthless humans. Yes, I know we have grown fond of some of them, but remember as you watch the life draining from their eyes that they are not part of the Travi and therefore are not worthy of life. Long live the Travi, long live the collective." With that, he closed the app, looked at his watch again. 1 minute till 5:30 a.m. May 19th, 2018. It starts now, he thought. Well, hell, that's coming up, man. We're in trouble.
Yep.
Oh, man. Now I'm scared. There you go. That's a good setup, man.
Yeah. I'm glad you liked it.
I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous now.
Yeah. I'll have to finish it off.
I didn't realize I jumped into Reading Rainbow with Midnight Range Chan.
No, that's Ellis's.
It's hooked on phonics with your Midnight Range too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds a little bit more accurate. You got me.
Won't you be my neighbor?
It's pronounced Piahonex.
Cojones.
like in Arizona, Fionex. All right, I think that's gonna have to be my bedtime story. Right.
All right. So who wrote that? Was that
I did?
Oh, Mr. Hipster, you wrote that.
I did. Guilty as charged.
Okay.
Do you have some critique?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I'm just surprised you can write.
Fuck you.
I'm surprised he can read.
Fuck you too.
Well, it
Now
was
I know.
Travis who was reading, so
Yeah.
we don't know that he can read. We just know he can write.
I had to read it. Right.
Yeah.
He could have dictated it too. It could have been voice to text.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
if it's got
Yeah, but
anything
if
to
that
do
was
with
the
Dick,
case, Yeah, if that was the case, it would be a bunch of mumbling sounding like a cock in his mouth and saying fuck a million times.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Oh, so
Either
you're
Midnight
saying
can't read or he can't write.
so
Or
you're saying
both.
voice to text won't work for the Outlaw Hatfield? Is that what you're saying, Snowy?
Wow.
No, he can dictate. He can do anything with dick in it.
Oh, okay. I'm
Is
not.
that what it is?
I'm
Addicted.
not gonna touch that. I've been mean enough to Outlaw ever since I jumped in.
Dictator sounds like something Gunpowder would make with Meatloaf. Meatloaf and
Oh.
Dictators.
I mean, when he tries to go and use Google Assistant, he says, "Hey Google," and it says, "I will not look up dick pics for you anymore." So
This is Google. You have officially seen every dick pic on the internet. Please get a life now.
And sheep.
Hey, you can always start back at the beginning. Every end is the beginning of a new beginning, right? Something like that. I don't know.
The end.
Yeah.
I've got the second part of that written, I think. I just have to find it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Got it scribbled on the back of a Playgirl magazine.
I think you flushed it when you used it.
Written or dictated or what?
It was
voice to text. I mean,
it was typed out.
Set us straight.
It was typed out.
Typed
on my pad.
would that take you 24 hours? The hunt and peck method?
Yeah, about that. I'm actually one of those 2-finger peckers.
Oh,
TMI.
do not.
TMI.
I don't want to know where this is going.
Yeah.
You're
You using the shocker method on there?
2-finger pecker, huh?
Yep.
All right.
I type with 2 fingers.
I'm gonna save that one for later. You fucking 2-fingered pecker, you.
Yeah, I was gonna say it must just be the first knuckle.
At least I don't finger my pecker with 2 fingers, like Black Cat.
I'm not even busting on you about the 2-pecker thing.
No, well, yeah, but you have no reason to. You're over feeling guilty.
No.
Guilty?
No.
What is this guilty word you speak of?
I'm just eating.
What are you eating?
That was.
Holy shit.
I guess we know who was all on mobile.
Yep. That pretty much settled that.
And of course, Black Cat started talking, so that fucked everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Who was the first one that got gone? Grim
Midnight. Take us.
Midnight got gone first, then Grim.
Midnight took us all out. That wasn't part of the story.
Midnight, you asshole.
Yeah. Bastard.
But you cannot
takeover.
You cannot trust a Travi. I've told you people that. Nobody listens.
We knew far before you ever told us not to trust a Travi to not trust a Travi. So
yeah, he always wants attention.
My chat tomorrow is going to get a lot of people in the tactical community butt hurt. I can guarantee that one.
What are you doing? What are you doing tomorrow? Is it on the schedule, first of all? And second of all, what are you doing?
No, I had emailed G about adding my weekly show onto the schedule. Tomorrow is just kind of a random one, but tomorrow I'm doing one about let's talk about operated guns and how everybody seems to think adding shit onto their gun and changing shit on their gun will somehow magically make that bullet actually hit the target.
All right, well, just a gun channel YouTube kind of thing. When you're getting ready to start it, or a half hour before you get ready to start it, post it on the front page and say you're starting at such and such time. And
yeah, that's what I've been doing lately.
Right on. Yeah, people on gun channels do appreciate that, because that right now is our only place, especially for people on phones, to log in real quick and see what the hell's going on.
Yeah, because like I follow, like I'm all about modifying the gun how you want it, but there's people who they've never shot this gun before and they buy it instantly and they start changing a bunch of shit on it, and then they can't figure out why they can't hit dick with it.
Oh, you mean everybody that buys a Glock?
Yeah, and it's like I'm fine with that because I do the same thing.
No, I never made no fucking changes to my
Glock. I have never made a single change to any of my Glocks. So you Glock hater, you can suck a fat one.
Yeah, but how many people do you know that did?
I don't give a fuck about people that I know who did. All I care about is me and my experience. And I own two that I EDC on a daily basis and switch between the two. And I haven't done shit to either one of them. And they function just fucking fine for me. So
that's the thing is I'm all for modifying my guns. I mean, the gun that I'm using for my EDC gun right now is an M&P full-size 40. And I obviously put a weapons light on there. It has trigger kit done to it. And I'm going to do some springs and all kinds of shit like that. I have a trigger coming for it. And I'm going to do all of that. And I'm going to get front side serrations. The difference is I know I can shoot this fucker to where 99.9% of these people, they're going out and modifying their guns thinking that it's magically going to make the gun function better, or it's going to not, when they run into a malfunction, that it's magically going to make it easier to clear that malfunction and that they're going to shoot better.
All right, to me, being on the Instagram world, knowing a certain amount of people in the Glock world, they buy them as a basic AR-15, and then you do what you want to upgrade it. And nobody would give anybody shit about doing that to a fucking AR-15. You buy a PSA AR fucking 15, and then you want to do this to it. You want to upgrade the fucking bolt carrier group. You want to throw a new rail on it. You want to do this. You want to do that. Nobody would give anybody shit. But when it comes to Glocks, I am not a fucking Glock fanboy. So do not try to label me as that. But the Glock gets so much hate from people who are either CZ fanboys or fanboys of another fucking gun, and it gets so much hate, and it's a fucking reliable gun. I mean, believe me, I didn't touch a fucking Glock for the first 10 years that I concealed carried. I mean, it wasn't until I hit my 10-year shooting anniversary, the 10-year anniversary of the day I got shot, when I said, fuck it, I'm going to go out and buy the gun that motherfucker shot me with. And I went out and bought the gun that motherfucker shot me with. That's when I bought a fucking Glock.
Well, and that's the thing is, like I said, I don't care. Like, you change your gun, but like the thing I run into, and the ARs are probably one of the top guns for me to bitch at people about, because I work as a security contractor. I've tested a million different things on how I want my AR set up, and I operate as a designated marksman for the security contractor, and I'm fine with people changing that shit. But nowadays, people are putting shit on there that they never end up using. Like, the popular thing I've been seeing lately is buying these IR fucking lasers. What the fuck point does a civilian have for? And it's not that you have to need it for something. But
no, are they running nods, or have at least 50 or a 25% chance at running night vision at some point in time during the use of said weapon?
No, and that's the thing is it's just really popular for people to buy that. And I mean, sure, I guess there are some people that probably have access to night vision, but like us, we don't even run it because odds are is we're not going to be using an IR for anything like that. Or else they think bolting all this extra bullshit onto a gun is going to help them, or that it makes the gun better or anything like that. Like, one thing that I absolutely hate is lasers on guns, because for me, that's just showing that you're lazy and you can't shoot for shit a lot of the time if you're depending on nothing but that laser. And that's where I start running into issues with people on that, is it's like, you learn how to actually manipulate the weapon and how to fire it properly before you go through and start adding all this shit, and do it one piece at a time. Because what people don't realize is when they start adding a million different pieces at one given time, is if you start having issues with that gun or anything like that, well, now you've just changed 5,000 parts and you don't know what fucking part is causing this issue.
No, dude, I'm probably somewhere in the middle when it comes to the changes that you're talking about and whatnot. But I mean, I will not say that anybody who runs a laser on their AR or on their pistol or whatever relies on that thing 100% of the time. It's just another point of reference, in my opinion, especially if you're trained up with it. It's another point of reference. It's another, you know that if your laser's here, your bullet's going to fucking impact at 1 inch high and 3 inches to the 1 inch high and 2 inches to the left or right, depending on what side you have that fucking laser mounted on. And it's a point of reference for me. I mean,
or else the other thing that's really been making me kind of get a good chuckle out of it is not everybody, and I hate to say it that way, but a lot of people have been adding these red dot sights onto their AR, putting some type of optic on there, which is great. But then the common thing lately, at least the trend that I've been seeing, is they don't put any type of flip-up sights or any backup sights as if they're going to be 100% able to depend on that optic 100% of the time. And I think that's something where people are forgetting that it's battery powered. There's a chance that battery is going to be dead when you actually need it.
And on your point, even if it isn't battery powered, there's still a chance that you take a shot and something goes wrong with that scope. You break a seal and all your fucking purge nitrogen or whatever the hell that they fill those things with, leaks out, and you have to fucking take a dime to that thing or a screwdriver and rip it off of there. And I hear you. Backup sights, backup irons, and an optic is the way to go.
Yeah, and like on our DMR rifles, it's a requirement, even though we've got a scope on there, and it's not just a basic scope, it's one that is set up for precision shooting. We are still required to run flip-up sights on it, because even though that rifle is meant for long range, something happens on that scope when we're going into the building or when we're going into the area to get our client back, there's a good chance that shit gets broken.
Yeah, and you got to be able to rip that thing off your rail and still run that gun.
Yeah, and that's the thing is it's like I get frustrated because I'm not opposed to people using this type of equipment whatsoever, but I feel like a lot of people are trying to use it to make up for bad trigger practice or bad other issues. And a lot of people out there are doing it the right way. They're getting the training and they're making sure that they're learning what they're supposed to be doing. But I feel like a lot of the people around my age are using all of this gear for the wrong reasons.
Well, that's not a new thing. That's been going on for a long time. By listening to you, we're probably about the same age. But I mean, when it comes to the whole backup irons and some kind of optic thing, it just makes freaking sense. If you have some sort of mechanical device that there is even a 0.5% chance that thing could go wrong, shit's gonna go bad at the wrong fucking time. And to be able to rip that thing off and go back to your fundamentals and use iron sights, it makes sense. But there's also the people out there who have 15 different ARs and each one is purpose built, and if they have a $2,500 scope on that AR, there's probably no reason to throw a set of Magpul M-Bus backup sights on there because it's purpose built. They're going to be running it with that optic, and it's not their go-to-war gun. It's not their bump in the night gun. It's not something like that. So, that's my only point is there are a lot of people who do build,
definitely
specific guns meant for certain purposes. And, if you looked at their go-to-war gun, I would guarantee you it would probably have an optic on it and backup iron sights.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I respect the hell out of a lot of people who have taken the time to figure out what actually works on the rifle, and they actually design and figure out what's going to be, if it's a purpose-built weapon, actually design it for what it's purpose-built for. My big thing is I guess I get tired of seeing, well, this is my rifle that I'm going to do everything with. It's like, you can't use a rifle for everything. It's not, the same rifle is not going to function how you want it to in certain circumstances, or certain stuff's not going to work in certain circumstances.
Dude, I hear you. Yeah, you're talking mall ninja shit. You're talking mall ninja guy. You know?
Yeah. Those are my favorite people, because those are the ones that get pissed off at me the most.
Well, because they've spent an extra $1,000 on shit that they've never used, they've never tested, they've never ran it all in conjunction with each other, and they don't know what's going to interfere with the sight of their optic. They don't know if their optic is going to clear the fucking D-ball or whatever infrared laser that they have placed on the front rail. You know, I mean.
Yeah, and my thought process on that is, if you had the extra $1,000 that you just spent on all that shit that you've never tested, or that you have no idea how it actually functions, you probably would have been better off spending that $1,000 on some ammo and getting some range time.
True. Or 50-50.
How old are you two, Hottie?
33. Last Sunday.
Yeah, so we're not too far off. I'm 26, so you got about 7 years on me.
Oh, okay.
I hate both of you first, and second, I'm not even worried about backup sights. I just fire up my chainsaw bayonet. My optic goes down to a fucking car.
Yeah, but with that, you got to close distance, man. I don't know if you really want to be doing that if you don't have to.
I don't know. I still want a 40 mic on the bottom side of my AR so we can shoot some shit into people's nuts.
I don't know about 40, but you can find 37s. Or you can find the 37 millimeter, whatever the hell they're called. I forget what company's making them. There's probably two companies making them now.
My other thing that I forget, I think it was on Clover's chat, or no, Matt was talking about it the other night on his live chat, but they were talking about how everyone finds it funny that a lot of these guys go out and they buy the Kimber 1911, the $1,500 1911, then they throw all types of Wilson Combat parts in it, when they would have been better off buying a Rock Island Armory for $400 and doing the same damn thing and pretty much getting the same results.
Or why not just go, and this is an honest question, why not just go Wilson Combat all the way?
Yeah, I mean, that's another good point, is realistically, you got to just start looking at it. Where is it most important to you to spend the money, and are you going to be realistic on when you spend the money? If you've got all the extra money in the world to throw away and piss away on whatever gun you want, that's great. But I don't think 90% of people are out there. And unfortunately, Instagram's a huge part, and that's where I got my start, is off of Instagram. I think that's a huge part, is because everybody's trying to build these guns to become Instagram famous. A lot of the times are to get people to, oh, that's a really badass gun. But I hate to say it, but I've seen people that run revolvers and stuff that outshoot 99.9% of these people that go out and they're trying to be the mall ninja people. They're just trying to do it for the likes. They don't actually understand what they're doing or putting into their gun, or why it's a good idea to do this versus that. Jesus Christ, everybody fell off again.
Around here, that's normal.
Well, and what Snowy was just saying there about the guys who can outshoot the other guys with, with the guys with revolvers that can outshoot the other guys with, souped up rigs. It's the same thing no matter what fucking sport you look at. I mean, if you want to look at this shit as a sport, it is the same shit. I mean, you can have a guy, whether it's a fucking single sport or it's a team sport, you can have a team with outdated gear that will beat the shit out of a team that has the best of everything when it comes to gear, just because they're practiced and they're they're practiced and they have a better game plan and better principles, and they're actually a fucking team compared to the misfits who are thrown together with the top of the line fucking gear. And then you take that to a singles type of sport, and it's the same thing. It all comes down to practice. It all comes down to training. It all comes down to, how often you're out there practicing and repeating everything that you're going to end up having to do when it comes to competition time.
Well, and if you're available tomorrow too, Hottie, I'd love to have you on the chat, because it sounds like you and I can agree and have a really good conversation about this, because it's one of those things that's like, I can sit there and ramble about this for so long, but actually having a conversation with people who understand where certain things are useful to be purchased in and where things you may want to consider going a different route and all that type of stuff. It's definitely nice to have that, because my chats, when I talk about this stuff, I think some people who have watched them have felt like I'm just sitting there and trying to talk down to people, and that's not my whole intent. My whole intent is to actually try educating people on it. It's like, I just want you guys to understand that, hey, go ahead and do this to your rifle, but do it slowly and start practicing and start figuring out what's working and what's realistic nature and what are you actually building this gun for.
Right on, dude. Yeah, I appreciate that. But to be honest with you, I shoot from the hip. I mean, I'm a straight shooter. I'm going to tell you what I think, and if I have a differing opinion than you or anybody else in this room, I'm known to voice said opinion. Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong. A lot of times I'm wrong, and a lot of times I'm proved I'm fucking wrong. So.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. That's one thing I respect about a lot of the people that I've met just from the short time I've been on YouTube and doing the gun channels part of it, is that's what I look for. People is I want you guys to be straight shooters, and I want you guys just to say shit how it is, because I don't want a bunch of people, well, I agree with you, and then, oh, I actually don't agree with you. I want you guys just to say the shit the way it is. G-Web shooting from the hip is dangerous. I suggest using sights.
Oh, what are you doing?
Reading.
Yeah, right. You know you can't read.
There's no pictures on there.
You're a funny bitch. Actually, no, I'm actually rereading the second part of the story that Midnight had read. It's pretty damn good.
How many? And what was like 2 paragraphs? So you've been quiet for 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's 2 paragraphs. That's exactly what it is. Actually, it's just 3. Actually, it's just 3 sentences.
He's so experienced. At least he didn't have to do any math. Then you'd have to wait for him to get his shoes off.
It's 3 sentences. Each sentence has 4 words, so very difficult for me. Very, very difficult for somebody from West Virginia to read that much.
Well, it sounds about right for 15 minutes, I guess.
Oh, good. At least you're honest.
I was going to give you a little more credit than that, but that's why I went with paragraphs instead of sentences. But I mean, hey, yeah, at least you're honest.
Well, I try to be. Oh Lord! So, guys, what?
Oofta. I know that. I know that tone, and I know that. So, guys, this means
gonna have to close the chat.
Ellis is about to shut her down.
Ellis is
not about to shut her down. See, that's what you don't get. No, I was going to ask you. You heard the story, the first part. What did you guys think? Honest opinions.
Sounded like you were about to have a rub tug with Midnight.
And I'm going to stay out of it because I only jumped in like probably the quarter of the way through. So,
well, see, the problem with me and Midnight in the story is me and Midnight's like several hundred miles apart during all that.
Oh, so you guys are buying the male escorts for each other when you're not around each other?
Nah.
Hey, I've heard long distance relationships can work. You just got to put a little more time and effort into them than usual. So,
Travis wasn't doing enough reviews.
The real problem is finding a sheep costume big enough for Midnight to put on.
And this is what happens when I ask you for your honest opinion about something.
Alice, you should know better. We're assholes.
yeah, shit. I'm sorry. I said I was going to stay out of this because I jumped in late when it came to the story. So,
No, well,
I'm gonna.
that's fine.
No. I'm gonna stay out of this. I'll try to withhold any smart-ass remarks while people are telling you.
I think we done broke the gizzard because he hasn't talked in a while either.
Oh yeah, Gary.
What?
Oh,
there he is.
He's there.
George fucking ate you for a minute.
Asleep.
He's there.
No, I wasn't asleep, bitch.
He only did that once. Damn it.
God, he was cleaning.
Hey, you know what's shitty? Midnight got off the chat or got out of the lobby, but he's still on YouTube side.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the dick.
Still out there bitching.
He's always bitching. He's a grandma.
Oh, we had two-eyed Moo out there also.
Yeah.
Moo?
Roop Hands out there. Who else?
He still didn't tell me what was cooking. Maybe that's because I didn't say, "Hey, good looking, what's cooking." Maybe it's because I said, "Hey, bad looking, what's cooking."
Potatoes and leads out there.
Yeah, Philo was out there.
Unlike you guys, I have been somewhat attention.
Hey, Outlaw, give Tater a link. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Well, we can shoot Tater a link. That's not a problem at all. If he ain't busy.
It's quarter to 1 in the morning. None of us are busy, or else we wouldn't be talking on this show.
Whoa. There was an
What a life.
What the fuck?
Now they vote on who gets links.
There was an error sending your message. Try again. That's from the gun channel side. That's not normal.
It shows you're offline on gun channel, so you probably have to log back in.
Yeah, that's weird too.
No, every once in a while it kicks you out. It used to be 9 o'clock, but I don't know what happened when it came to the change with the software. But every once in a while it does kick you out, and you have to relog in.
Phil said he broke it.
I go to my page, and then I try to go to like one of the chat pages, and I have to log in.
Or G just finally got tired of Outlaw shit.
That could be.
It'd be nice if it could take, less than a week to get notifications to go away instead of, yes, I've seen these, and then they come back.
Oh, Mark is red.
Oh, the queen is back.
Gunpowder's back.
God save the queen.
All right, which one of y'all knocked me off this thing?
Not I.
Question is, how long did it take for her to notice?
That was midnight.
I was washing dishes, so I had soapy hands, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, fuck, they done knocked me off. And I couldn't sit there and stop what I was doing because I already had soapy hands, so I was finished.
You said off instead of up.
Gunpowder. They did not do anything. Midnight knocked you
off.
off.
Yeah, it was midnight.
Yep.
Midnight knocked everybody off.
That was a while back. Midnight's already gone to bed.
No,
he hasn't. He's still offering reach rounds in the chat.
Yeah, and he's dicking around in the chat.
What a freaking butthole.
That's right.
He just didn't want to come in here to feel the wrath of Gunpowder Beauty for knocking him off or knocking you off.
Well, like I said, as long as you just got knocked off instead of knocked up, we're all good.
I
That
ain't
better
Tardot.
watch it. That better not be a possibility right now.
Yeah, Tardot might have something to say if Midnight Range was knocking up Gunpowder Beauty, but I don't know.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, he would have something to say. He'd get very jealous.
Weird.
I believe I might have come to the wrong chat.
No, you're
Quite
right.
possible.
He's like, what did I walk into?
No, this
I ask myself that same question every time I jump on.
This is the hipsters chat. What up, Tater?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good.
I know.
Relaxing a little after work, you know.
I hear you. Well, not the work thing, but the relaxing thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Gary, here's the proof that the cat's not dead yet.
Oh, he moves
today.
I see that.
He's moving.
Oh my God, I need a cat.
Okay,
He's not just sitting behind you, you know.
Damn it.
Is that cat male or female?
Female.
Hey, Gary, there's George's girlfriend.
Yeah, she's in heat right now, too.
George,
No wonder she's all lovey.
Let's just say George isn't interested in that kind of stuff since his operation.
Oh, Gary.
Took his manhood.
That's just wrong, man. That
ain't right.
He's interested. He just doesn't have to deal with the consequences.
Ain't paying no child support for that cat.
Giggity.
That's what I'm saying. Consequences.
And he didn't have to wait till he's 27 years old for it to happen.
Neither did I.
In the state of Wisconsin, it's been changed from, I think it was 25 to 27 before you can get snipped.
I was 25 when I got snipped.
I was just going to say, what's this 27 thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I decided when I was 18 years old that I didn't want no kids.
And you had to
But
wait until you're...
Yeah, so you have to wait. It used to be 25. There was something about it changing to 27. I haven't asked her recently, but yeah, now you're able to go serve in the military, go overseas, get your ass shot up, but you can't decide you want your dick snipped, so you ain't got no kids.
Wow.
Hey.
I'd find a different doctor.
Yeah.
And now I gotta make it. Now, if I want to make a decision, I don't have to tell Megan because we're only engaged but not married. But once we're married, she has to actually sign on the dotted line saying that this is okay.
She has to sign
Owns
off.
the manhood.
Well, I mean, at least you could wait until you're 27. I'm 32. I've had 3 kids. I've had cervical cancer, and I still can't get fucking fixed. So, yeah.
How the fuck can't you get fixed after going through all that bullshit and 33 years old?
Because the doctors in Texas apparently just like me suffering.
Fuck punching them in the throat, punch them in the dick, and tell them they ain't got no choice.
Listen, I did threaten a doctor with that one time, and apparently he no longer wanted me as his patient.
Oh, wow.
Because, I mean, fuck, they got people in Thailand that are willing to chop off some dude's pecker to make his Audi into an innie. Why the fuck won't they tie your pubes?
Oh, I don't want my pubes tied. I want a complete, it's all removed. There's no possible chance of any more babies because,
She wants a bowl of chicken.
Yeah. I just want it gone because it's some bullshit that I don't want to have to deal with anymore. But apparently the doctors here think torturing me is way more fun.
All right, so question as somebody who has no fucking idea. If you do have that done, do you get to escape the menopause bullshit? Or do you still deal or do you still deal with that?
It throws you into early menopause. That's what happened
Yeah,
to my sister.
sometimes getting a full hysterectomy can push you into premenopause, like you be in your 30s and menopause hits.
Interesting.
Which is totally okay because I've got Relive for that. But yeah, it sucks.
I don't know. Pretty soon, from the sounds of it, they want to have the military covering people getting their peckers removed. And if they won't do that for you after all the bullshit you've been through, why the fuck should somebody decide they want their pecker chopped off be allowed to get it?
Exactly. I mean, I'm not even wanting my innie turned into an outie. I just want the shit that could give me a baby taken out.
You're talking
the
the U.S. military
into an outie.
You're talking the U.S. military paying for Bruce Jenner surgery bullshit.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
It's been
fuck
proposed and they wanted to go through. And you know what? If you want it, then get it done on your own shit. Don't make the government pay for it, even though you're in the military. No.
Do it on your own dime.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to piss off or offend somebody, but that should be classified as a mental illness. I'm just saying.
It should be classified as body dysmorphia, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just like anorexia or bulimia.
It's a dissociative disorder.
I can say I kicked bulimia's ass.
So did I. Cupcakes totally cured me.
Yeah. I don't think any of us are suffering from bulimia.
I wanted to get a shirt that said that I whipped anorexia's ass. The wife didn't really think it was that funny. She doesn't like most of my shirts that I like. I don't know why. Like my favorite shirt ever had a picture of Michael Jackson on the front, and on the back it had a picture of his house. It said the Neverland Ranch, a touching experience for children. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
I got pulled aside. I have a shirt that says "pissing everyone off" or "pissing the world off, one person at a time," and I didn't even think about it. And I wore it to Amazon. I got pulled aside and got told I had to go home and change my shirt.
Dude, that's ridiculous. That's like some school bullshit.
Yeah.
You can't wear this to school today. You need to go home and change your shirt.
Yeah, you're upsetting the unicorns.
Well, apparently the Packers were coming through that day or some bullshit, so they wanted us to wear Amazon gear. Fuck that. I'm just wearing what the fuck I want.
Well, did they hand you a shirt and say, here's your Amazon shirt that you need to wear today and it's yours to keep, or what?
Nope. So we have to go out and buy any fucking Amazon shirt we want, or else we can earn...
Okay. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. We can earn swag bucks by doing above and beyond things at work. Y'all ain't paying me enough to do that shit to get a free t-shirt. Pay me more and maybe.
Uniform shirt I'm supposed to wear, but the company pays for it, so I wear them.
So do you get any kind of employee discounts?
I get a 10% discount up to, I think, $100 as a discount. Like, as much shit as I give Amazon, they do treat their employees pretty damn well. Like, I've been off work for going on 7 months now with a fucked up shoulder. And throughout the entire time, I haven't had to pay a single cent towards my insurance, my retirement, or anything like that. They 100% have been covering that. So they do treat us pretty well and they take care of us. Our health insurance is great. Our vision's great. Like, everything's good about that. So I can't talk too much shit about them, but some of the stuff they do is kind of stupid.
You got to put up with bullshit in every business you'll ever work at. So.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like some of the stuff that's been proposed that Amazon wants to do is going to be interesting because I could talk about this because it's all been on public forum, but apparently Amazon wants to start their own delivery service, which is not a bad idea.
Cars now, or what?
Yeah, something along those lines. Then on top of that, it's been proposed that they want to start their own pharmacy. Like pretty soon, you're not even going to need to go to Walmart because you can call Amazon and they'll drop it off within 2 hours.
You know what? Honestly, the pharmacy thing is not a bad idea because my experience with actual mail order pharmacies, which is basically what Amazon would be, has been shitty. And I think Amazon could probably do it better. So that right there is probably a winner. But giving you access to my car to drop off my package or my house, no, thank you.
Yeah, well, so that's the other thing is like it's very well known that Amazon, when they use a company and eventually they get tired of paying the markup on the shit, they buy the company. It's just like the post office. The post office has been failing for years, but now everybody's starting to blame Amazon. Well, Amazon's taking advantage of it. Now Amazon's treating them the same way that they've been treated. It's just the post office is going to shit. If the post office would go up for sale tomorrow, I'm willing to bet my year's salary that Amazon would buy the post office.
If it wasn't from something I saw the other day, if it wasn't for Amazon, the post office would be losing billions of dollars a fucking year. The post office is not being hurt because of Amazon.
Yeah, and let's put it this way. When in your lifetime, before Amazon started doing as much business as they do with the post office, did you ever see the post office doing deliveries on Sundays?
Never.
So Amazon has pumped enough business into the post office that they had to start doing deliveries on Sundays for packages.
I only see actual post office vehicles doing deliveries on Sundays when it gets close to the holidays. Other than that, the only thing delivering on Sundays is all your third parties, the UPSs and the DHLs, or, yeah. Well, and then, so I apologize for cutting you off, but now I've even seen like Uber drivers just pulling up in a weird fucking car and popping out with an Amazon package and just delivering stuff in like a personal fucking vehicle. So that's got to be a thing too now.
Yeah, but that's been going on for a while. So you have the option of same day delivery if you have like a Amazon facility close to your home. They offer same day delivery, and they have actual delivery drivers that they just use their personal vehicle and they come and pick stuff up from the ship dock and they take it out right away.
All right, that must be what I'm seeing, because I'm South Seattle here, so I live in Amazon country. So
yeah, and then USPS, the thing that they've got going on with the post office now is literally the only thing that they deliver on Sundays now, because they get so many of them and because there's so much business from Amazon, is they only deliver Amazon packages on Sundays. So that's why it's the funny thing is literally if the post office were to go up for sale tomorrow, Amazon would have bought it by the end of the day.
But at the same time, the only reason that they're doing those Sunday deliveries is because they can't keep up with the demand and with the quantity 6 days a week. They have to take advantage of that seventh day of the week.
Yeah, and for me, I just see that as I'm earning enough to where it justifies it, you know.
At this point, if Amazon pulled all their contracts and stopped going through the U.S. Post Office, I think the post office would be kind of screwed.
Yeah, if Amazon,
I think they did that to keep the contract.
No, I hear you. I believe it.
If Amazon starts their own delivery service, I foresee the post office 6 months to a year is all I give it.
Okay, now question: before USPS and FedEx and DHL get even bigger, or before Amazon just says "fuck it, we're going to start our own fleet," or both?
I'm saying if Amazon were to start their own fleet, USPS would be out of business within 6 months to a year. And then your regular mail, so your paper mail, your junk mail, all of that crap, I would foresee them starting to, that stuff would start going out through like an Amazon service or through UPS or FedEx. It would come like that, and you wouldn't get your regular daily mail. Essentially, it would be 3 times a week is when they're doing regular mail deliveries. Or else everything will start going electronic like it has been.
With Amazon and their bank flow with their funding, if they were to start their own fleet, do you think that would hurt USPS and FedEx and all the other third party? You know, the fucking oh my god, I'm stumbling over words.
DHL, all the third party delivery services.
Yes.
Yeah, so I honestly, I would see it take a huge chunk out of the market of there. I don't think you would see as many of the brown trucks out there. I don't think you would see, and I'm trying to figure out of the main ones like UPS and FedEx being the 2 main ones, I think UPS would probably be the one that takes the most hit the quickest. But I don't think that they would be completely gone. I think they would get to the point where they would start hurting, and then eventually Amazon would buy out either a good portion of them or buy them out. But like your DHL, the thing with DHL is because they deal with a lot of the Asian market, which Amazon is not in. That's where DHL still would thrive, in my opinion.
Gentlemen, I'm gonna hit bed.
All right, Gary, we'll see you later.
It ain't even 3 a.m. yet.
Late.
I know, I gotta go to work in the morning.
Well, so do I.
It is the morning.
Good night, Gizzard.
Good night. Thanks for
Good
the
night, buddy.
Ba-da-dum.
We've lost the cock, but we still have the pussy.
I'm pretty sure there's a few dicks in here, so you didn't lose all the cocks.
Black Cat's probably got enough that fall out of the cab of his truck when he opens them up to make up for Gary.
What, puppy?
This conversation is too adult for me.
Yeah.
I need an adult.
Oh, god damn it, Tater. Do we got to keep it at 14% dick for you?
Nah. I don't know if my young mind
Listen.
can all this curse.
We got to keep it at 14% dick just to stay at Mr. Knives' threshold, I think, for Tater to be comfortable.
That's what I'm used to.
Yeah, I'm actually going to head off, guys. I got to go check on Meg, see how she's doing. So I'll see you guys later.
See you later.
All right.
Take care.
All right,
have a good one.
man.
Yeah,
Have a good
thanks
night.
for having me.
Well, that should help us get below the 14% dick threshold.
Mine's bigger than yours, even when it's cold. So I totally fit in.
Wow.
You know how many
Oh, you didn't know?
Ba-da-dum-bum.
Dick or balls?
Both.
Okay.
You know how many I have a very small penis.
I'm okay with the ballsy chick. I'm just not okay with the dick and ballsy chick.
She's got cojones. She's gonna throat punch you. Keep going, RL.
Listen. Bless your heart. God put my balls on my chest so I wouldn't have chafing, okay? He was prepared.
Okay.
Good on Ellen. Balls on her chest, not on her chin, buddy.
Made an adjustment.
RL.
Yeah.
She just blessed your heart. I'd suggest you back it off.
It was a nice bless your heart, I promise.
And,
yeah.
All right. So he put the balls on your chest. Where do you put the dick? And I was gonna answer my own question, but I did not want to be an asshole and be rude.
He made it all in my personality,
Okay.
so I can keep up with all you guys.
I'm glad it's not in your mouth, because if it was in your mouth, you wouldn't be able to be saying what you're saying right now.
Yes,
My mama taught me manners. It's not nice to talk with your mouth full. Get it right, fellas. Get it right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was not me that said it this time. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me either, was it?
Yeah, it was you.
Well,
I think you started it, but I finished it. So we're both guilty of that one.
I'll give that to you.
So he gets to share the blame.
I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun here. I'm not.
All right, can we just get off the X? I'm talking to you, Ellen.
Listen. Maybe I don't want to.
No, look at that. You scared potatoes away.
Oh, man, I done traumatized potatoes. Okay, let's get professional here, okay? We can't be losing any more people.
And on another note.
Well, speaking of people, Pants, I see you over on the Gun Channel side, and I sent you a link if you want to jump in here.
You know how long it's been since I've seen Pants in an actual chat?
It's been a while for me. Oh my God! Look at your head.
A long time. I thought you were blonde like an hour ago.
Wait a minute. That only looks like 2 colors.
That looks like about 4 colors.
Oh.
Okay, who swallowed their mic?
That's
I got it done today.
That is some serious tie-dye on that hair.
Hey, my hair needs to be as bright as my personality, okay?
RL, you got a
someone.
Yeah, that's Black Cat.
Yeah, it is RL.
Can't take a pussy anywhere. Look at that. Damn.
I try to keep mine locked up, but I mean, I guess if y'all are just going to have y'all just hanging all out, if that's what kind of show you want, then I need to leave.
Man, I was just going to say something, but I did not want to turn it into that. So, yeah, that Black Cat there.
That's why you guys drove potatoes off.
No, Tater ain't scared of this shit. I don't know why he jumped out.
Oh, no, I've heard Potatoes in some very interesting chats. He might have just went to bed or something.
Yeah. Either that or he's starting a new one with Flippy and the gang.
That's okay too, I guess. It's all good.
So shizzle my nizzle.
Yeah. What did you just say?
I had stutter.
No, you didn't.
No, she didn't.
Tactical.
She didn't.
She said tactical.
Cover your tactical nipples, y'all. They're on www.tardotproductions.com. Go check them out. They're awesome.
I am sending out 2 more links to 2 more individuals.
So 2 more.
And again, both of these guys are Gun Channel's royalty. I'm hoping at least one of them shows up.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
and we all know and love both of them. So.
Well, we know it's not Yankee then.
No, it ain't Yankee. I'll give you a hint. One of them's a snowman.
Snuggy!
And the other one's a McCoy.
42. Oh.
Blue dress.
One's a snowman, the other's a McCoy. So.
The one that strikes at night?
McCoy. There's not a Sean McCoy out there.
No, I was going to say.
There is a Sean McCoy online at this moment.
Oh, he won't jump in. He won't.
Well, I know he's a bit intimidated because I'm a Hatfield and all. He might.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
He's done it before.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah. He's intimidated by your Hatfieldness.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But he has surprised me before. It has happened. It just depends on how drunk he is at the moment.
Man, I miss being drunk.
And it being 2:14 on a Saturday morning. Well, actually 1:14 there.
Fucking 11:14. Suck a dick, dude. It's early.
Isn't it Sunday?
No.
It is
no,
Sunday.
There's still
Yeah.
no.
It's Sunday.
There's 45 minutes until Sunday comes.
It's Sunday.
There's 46 minutes until Sunday comes.
Yeah,
Actually, no. It's 1:14.
No,
1:14.
I got 2:14.
No. You guys are wrong.
We're in the future.
Look,
You're all wrong.
Hottie.
We
It's not
are
our
the
fault.
future.
You guys
not-
can live. You guys can live in the future. I choose to live my life in the present. You know.
You're living in the past, dude. You're living in
No. I'm in the. This is the present for me, dude. This is the present. It has nothing to do with the past. Maybe me in the present right now to you is the past, but it's still.
You're making my head hurt.
Trust me, you are in the past at the moment.
No, you're in
he's in the future.
Well, that future is not something that I want anything to do with, so
I'm sorry, it's getting right for you.
So what do I got to do to save myself right now? Because I got like, I don't know.
Apparently, there's no saving anybody. The Travi are going to take over the world and kill everybody, so you're screwed.
I have 45 minutes till it's Sunday here, so tell me what I got to do in the next 45 minutes to save myself from your future, hipster.
Get drunk.
Remember the movie Idiocracy? Well, that was like him trying to read. Waiting for Travis to jump back in.
Hey, we lost Black Cat too. When did we lose him? Damn.
Oh, like a minute ago.
That candy ass.
Yeah.
Hey, pussy's gonna be a pussy, right?
I think his lane departure warning was going off or something.
Well, G-Web's just sent the link. Just saw the link. He might jump in here, maybe. I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't mind having G-Webs in here for a little while.
I haven't talked to G in quite a while.
G-Webs is awesome.
Yep.
G-Webs is the man.
The man.
And he has actually graced this show a few times. One of my late night chats.
Whoa. Who's breaking into something?
So trying to find the bottle of
No, I'm trying to put cupcakes back in the fridge.
I was going to
so
say
that way.
the bottle of rum behind the whiskey, or the whiskey behind the bottle.
Why
of
would you put them back in the fridge?
Because I don't want my kids to sit there and make a mess. And cupcakes in the fridge hold together better than cupcakes that are left out. Plus, I'm going to turn them into cake truffles. Yeah, but there was like a double batch of them.
What the hell is a cake truffle?
I don't eat. You take a cake, you cook it, and then you crumble it up. You mix icing with it, and then you dip it in, like you turn it into little cake balls, and you dip them in chocolate.
Yeah.
Huh?
So it's like a truffle.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Frosting cake.
It sounds delicious.
Yummy.
My favorite is strawberry cake or carrot cake or anything chocolate, pretty much.
Carrot cake. Oh, yeah.
But
Nasty.
speaking of whiskey, I totally have that much left. So I'm going to totally drink it.
Okay, I want to see you tip up the bottle.
You want to see me tip up the bottle?
Yep.
All right, hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to see Gunpowder get shit-faced.
I don't think that little amount will work.
More than.
There you go.
Like my whiskey.
What else you got? Can't stop there. Where's the rum?
I don't have rum. I'm not really a rum girl. I'm a big fan of whiskey, though. I don't have any Jack.
G-Webs is apparently upset because somehow or another he got knocked out of his overlord status.
Oh,
He's got
I do
it back
have rum.
now, though.
What?
It's okay, G. We know who you are. We know you.
All
we
right.
know your great and mighty status over there.
All right. Can we really call Fireball whiskey?
That depends.
Yeah, I mean,
just like Devil's Cut, it's delicious.
See, I'm not a big fan of Jack.
It's like saying peppermint schnapps is vodka, which is.
I don't really like vodka, but I do like peppermint schnapps.
No.
How about Aftershock?
And
Do you like
Goldschlager?
Aftershock?
Yes.
Peppermint schnapps is a no-go for me after last weekend.
Now, Aftershock would not be a whiskey; it'd be a liquor, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I do remember
to me, it's more of a mixer, but you know.
What was the one you just said? Goldschlager. Goldschlager, yeah, dude. I remember that when I was a freaking kid going camping and riding 4-wheelers with older folks.
Pull out
Peppermint schnapps, Goldschlager, and Jaeger is what you call liquid cocaine. It's a delicious shot.
That camping trip was when I first learned about Shoot the Root. You know what that is?
No, what's Shoot the Root?
All right, Shoot the Root. Take your regular whatever shit beer that you're drinking around the campfire that night, and you pour about half the fucking can in a glass, and so each can will do 2 glasses. Then you drop a shot glass full of root beer schnapps in the beer, and that is Shoot the Root. That used to be that used to be the prize for winning either a shooting competition out in Greenwater, or if we weren't in a place where we could shoot, it would be a fucking not bow and arrow, but what's the shit that all of us had as kids, and we'd sling rocks and break neighbors' windows and wrist rockets or whatever. Yes, slingshots. So we'd have competitions, and the winner would get a Shoot the Root, and it didn't matter if you were of age or not. But
you know, every time you say Shoot the Root, I think of a damn it, Clint Smith video I watched not too long ago. We talked about on a dick.
You're talking about the Clint Smith shoot him in the crotch video?
Yeah.
No, completely different, dude. Completely different. I know exactly what video you're talking about. Because we were
freaking hilarious.
Because I just brought that up earlier in the day during whoever's show it was. What shows went on today?
Unloaded Media or
Unloaded Media.
Or Clearing the Chamber.
No, I don't think it was Clearing the Chamber. I think it was Unloaded Media. It could have been. It could have been.
Or was it when Gunpowder was dyeing her hair?
Yeah, I've had a few shows today.
I don't think it was one that Tardot was running. It was the Unloaded Media one, I believe.
No, probably, yeah.
But we got into talking about if it's okay to shoot a woman in the crotch, and it's just like,
Yeah,
dude.
that was totally unloaded media because he had said something, and I was like, I aim for the eyes, or in between the eyes or the nuts.
No, okay, yeah, and I put a comment in there, and I'm just like, dude, what Clint Smith said makes complete sense. When you pull that thing out of the holster, the closest thing it is aimed to is the crotch. Shoot him in the crotch and work your way up until the threat stops.
Exactly. That's how I learned how to fight.
Dude, it makes
knee him in the nuts, or kick him in the nuts, knee him in the nose, and then punch him in the face.
It makes complete sense, and it doesn't matter. Male, female, it really, to me, it doesn't matter. If a chick
really
is
doesn't.
Be,
I don't want to be shot in the crotch. I don't want to be shot anywhere, but I really don't want to be shot in the crotch.
I mean, to me, if
Shooter
a chick
pain is no fun.
If a chick is going to be drugged up and whatnot, I'm going to treat that bitch just like a fucking man. I'm sorry.
Okay, so since you said that, like, I'm a big fan of women being punched back. Now, now before any of y'all start saying, boys can't hit girls, bullshit. If some little twat goes and hits my kid, I am teaching my son to hit that little fucking cunt back. Because there is no way in a world of equality we want to be treated just as great as men. You fucking hit like a man, you're going to get hit back like a man. I don't give a fuck what you have between your legs. Don't start no shit, there won't be no shit.
I hear you.
Equal is equal.
I hear you.
And then I want my son to sit there, especially if she's a snowflake, and look at her and be like, how's that equality, bitch? Not until he's in high school. It'd just be weird having a 7-year-old sit there and call some other 7-year-old a bitch.
You might want to have him, after all that takes place, you might want to have him just stick with the, dude, I was just protecting myself line and not the, how's that equality, bitch? Do you like that blood in your fucking nose? Do you like how that fucking felt? Do you like how that tastes? He'll probably do a lot better when it comes to the people above him who are going to hand out the punishment, but
my kids are probably going to be homeschooled, but if he does go to regular school, I'm taking his ass to Disney World.
What?
Just to practice or what?
No, if he sits there and actually gets suspended from school for hitting a girl back that started some shit, then while he's suspended, I'm taking his ass to fucking Disney World.
Okay. I
thought you were skate park or whatever he wants.
I thought you were saying before.
Oh, you're out for 10 days? Oh, we're on vacation.
I thought you were saying before you're going to take him to Disney World.
I wish my mom would have thought that way.
He needs to handle himself while in school.
Well, kids nowadays are fucking mean. Like, there's...
Kids have always... We've always
kids
been mean.
Kids have always been mean, but I had my fair share in high school, but kids now, like, one of my friend's kids is in elementary school, and she gets bullied every single day. And so, of course, one of my friends wanted me to babysit her kid. So I taught her kid how to punch somebody in the nose. Palm up. Well, of course, this little girl gets kicked out of school for like 3 days because she defended herself. And my friend's calling me, bitching at me. And I was like, why are you mad at me that I taught her how to defend herself? You should be mad at the little boy that's fucking messing with your daughter. Not me who taught your daughter how to finally defend herself and not go run and tell a teacher, because telling a teacher ain't fucking doing shit for her. All she's doing is getting bullied more. And so she sits there and she's like, well, now I have nobody to watch my kid. You can totally drop her off over here. She's suspended for 3 days. I'll totally look after her. First thing out of her mouth is, fuck no! You're going to teach her some other stupid shit. I was like, well, offer stands. You have nobody to watch her, I'll watch her. kid never came to my house for those 3 days.
There's got to be a little give and take, right?
Exactly. I get your daughter kicked out of school because I teach her how to defend herself. It's only a reward that she comes back and gets more lessons. I'm just saying.
Well, I wasn't quite gonna go like
I
that,
know.
but
know.
yeah, okay.
We'll go with that one.
Well, we will go with that.
Yeah, there's no sense in arguing with her because, well, it's gunpowder and she's always right.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No. I am not always right.
Uh-oh.
That's Tardot. It's never my fault. It's never my fault. But he can always be right. Unless he's saying it's my fault, and then in that case, he's wrong.
I was just gonna say, what do you mean it's never your fault? But if he's always right, if he says it's your fault, it's your fucking fault, right?
Nope, that's where it, by default, he's wrong.
Oh, you fucking women. Jesus Christ.
That was our deal. It's never my fault, but he's always right. So if he sits there and he's like, China is taking over the U.S., I will, of course, have to sit there and be like, you are so right, baby. So right. Even if it's not happening. You are so right. But if something goes wrong with whatever, it's not my fault.
I told you so.
So who is the normal scapegoat?
The kids.
Tardot, of course.
The kids, Tardot. Oh my.
No.
That's why you have kids.
Was that a question? Was that a question to say?
Yes. You train them early so they start picking up their own shit.
Oh yeah.
And
definitely.
then whenever something goes wrong, it's the kids.
What's wrong with you, kids?
Actually, in my house, it actually does work that way because the fact that usually it is fucking kids. I don't even have to look at them. Like, who did it? And surprisingly, it's nobody's fault, but shit gets broke. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then I get a pop-pop stick, and then they're like, I'm sorry, it was me. Yeah, that's what I thought. Go sit in the chair for 15 minutes.
What is a pop-pop stick?
It is a 5-gallon paint stick that has ace bandage sticky stuff wrapped around it, and then it's got duct tape wrapped around it.
Yeah.
And my kids are scared to death that I'm going to spank them with it because I've only had to pop my kid. My son, I've had to pop him 5 times with it in his life. He's about to turn 4.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a spanking stick. That sounds like a fucking weapon I would keep in
I put padding on it because I don't want to hit him with wood. That just sounds fucking mean. So I figured if I put some padding on it.
You put ace bandage, or is that what you said?
Yeah, it's like an ace bandage, that sticky wrap.
Yeah, no, okay.
Shit.
Even worse than a regular ace bandage because it sticks to itself.
Gonna rip skin off.
Oh,
it doesn't rip skin off. It sticks to the ace bandage, not the kid. Oh my god.
Goodness.
I'm just kidding. Listen. I'm just kidding.
When y'all have, Graham, you do have kids, but when y'all have kids, you see how you handle those fucking heathens.
I cross my fingers right now, and I don't think I want any of them in my life.
Listen, I am the poster child of why people should wait to have kids.
Of my own, I will say, because
they're great. They're awesome. What are you talking about?
No,
my kids. Okay, now you are totally right because my kids drive me fucking crazy. But 98% of the time, it's totally cute and they're worth it.
Yeah, hang on.
That 2% that you're like, motherfucker.
You just want to like
keep it up.
Pull your hair out. The little hair I have left.
I fucking love kids. I love other people's kids because
I did too. So I swear up and down I was never gonna have them.
Because I can give them a high five, I can get them riled up, and then I can hand them fucking right
get them jacked up on sugar and caffeine and send them back to their fucking parents. It's awesome.
Yep. Exactly.
And I always told myself, I'm never fucking having kids. I don't want to be a mom. All this bullshit. And then I got with Tardot, and I'm like, man, you totally make cute babies. Let's do this thing. And so we had kids, and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Only on 2% of the time. The other 98%, I'm like, man, I am so lucky that I have you. You're the best kid ever. But it's that 2% that really makes you question your fucking sanity. And you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? I'm not ready to be a goddamn parent. What the fuck? But then that 98% of the time.
Do you realize you have said fuck 5 times in the last
It's because I have fucking kids. Kids make you cuss a lot. I love my kids, but they make me talk and curse them a lot.
Ellis, when you get the proverbial just like a movie, stop touching me, and you're doing this, and you're doing... When I hear all 4 of mine like today, yeah.
That's my toy!
You just want to like, oh, I'm going to get you.
I have noticed.
Yeah, I scream STFU at my kids at least once a week. I don't say shut the fuck up because now my kids fucking repeat everything, but I totally scream STFU to my kids at least once a week.
Okay.
And it's usually over those situations.
Gunpowder, when I was a kid, my mother didn't pad shit. And I didn't just get beat with paddles. It was belts, frying pans.
Yeah. That was a different era.
Water hose.
I mean, my grandma was the old-timey Cherokee Indian grandma that she would grab whatever was close to her. And if you had to go pick a switch, you better fucking get a good switch. Otherwise, she was going to go cut down the fucking tree and hit you with it. And all of my cousins got their asses whooped by her. I only had one butt pop in my life from this woman, and everybody else were getting hit on a daily basis. And all of my cousins to this day still give me shit about it because they're like, Grandma, she just spoiled the hell out of you. No, I would clean my grandmother's house. I would sit there and help her in the kitchen. I would, do whatever it was that looked like needed to be done. And of course, one of my cousins would be like trying to start shit with me, and my grandmother would stick up for me because I helped her do all the shit in the fucking house. Everybody else just sat on their fucking ass, and so I got away with a lot of shit just for the simple fact that I knew how to work the situation.
I will
You
tell
sit
you
there
one
and
thing.
clean the house and fucking help her out. That's less shit that she has to do, and so she can bitch at everybody else and give you credit because she don't have to do the shit that you were doing.
I'll tell you one thing. If you have a grandma or a mother who knows how to work a fucking wooden spoon, you don't. You don't need a switch. I've walked away from fucking daycare places with welts across my fucking ass and down my thighs because I forget what the reason was, but I do remember that fucking day for the rest of my life. And I don't know if my parents chewed them out that day because they went a little too far or what, but I must have been being a fucking douchebag and must have deserved it. But I got my fucking ass whipped, and that woman knew how to use the fucking leverage and centrifugal force and velocity and Jesus Christ.
Okay, so funny story. I used to have a wooden spoon. It's the one that had the slats in it. And so that's what caused me to use a 5-gallon paint stick from Home Depot because I had whooped my son because he kept fucking doing stupid shit. He would just go up to a glass, knock it off the counter. He'd sit there and pull on the dog's tail. She'd turn around and try to bite him, or he was mean. And so I was whooping his ass with a spoon one day, and it broke. And I was like, you know what? That's it. My godmother told me to go get a 5-gallon paint stick because you can go get those for fucking free at Home Depot.
That's right.
And they will last until that kid is in middle school or high school. And so I was like, well,
you just had to beef it up.
Yeah, so I was like, well, instead of it fucking breaking on me, I could put some duct tape and shit on it, kind of reinforce it, but also give it some padding so I'm not leaving bruises. And so, yeah, that's my go-to. I just have to point that thing at my kid, and he's like, I'm sorry, and he starts doing what I ask him. Otherwise, I've got to look at him and give him the mom death stare and ask him 5 times. Well, now I don't even ask him 5 times. I get to the count of 3, and he starts running to do what he's got to do because I'm holding the pop-pop stick. And that's what I call it. It's a pop-pop stick because he knows if I get it and I use it, it's going to fucking hurt.
I was just gonna say, just run a piece of bamboo at either side of that thing, and then wrap it with what you have it wrapped with. And
listen, if I could have got some bamboo from our farm before the fucking assholes cut it all down, I totally would have. But apparently that causes whelps and bruises and blood, and that is frowned upon with a certain job in society. And so I was like, well, I don't need those people being called on me, so we'll stick with the pop stick that don't leave bruises.
Turn the paint stick into a cricket stick.
Is it the green one or the dried one that leaves the bruises? I forget.
I don't know. My grandma hit me with the green one, and that motherfucker hurt. I had black bruises on my leg.
They both hurt.
Actually, not my grandmother. My mother hit me with that, and I had black bruises.
I'm pretty sure the green one does more damage than the dried one.
It really does, just for the simple fact that it's good. Like that dried shit, it can tend to snap, but that green, it's got hold on it.
It's got give. It's got flex. Yeah. Yes.
It has that good swing motion, and you hear it 5 miles away when it's popped on someone's butt.
I'll tell you what, I remember getting my ass whipped when I was a kid, and I remember the welts, and nobody ever said a word. Nobody.
Shit, my mother would smack me right across the face.
If you start jumping around or something while you was getting your butt kicked, it didn't matter. If you're aiming right across your back or your thighs or,
I think my dad's whooped me 5 times in my life. And I am 32 years old. And if my daddy says to do something, I don't care if I'm 92 years old. I'm still going to do it because I remember those ass whoopings. It only took 5 for it to sink in.
Here's my thing. I mean, the worst ass whoopings I ever got was the one that I just told you guys about, which was a fucking babysitter or daycare center that my parents would drop me off at. That was just 2 blocks from the house. So, I mean, would be able to walk home from there and all that shit. But whenever mom grabbed the fucking wooden spoon, it was just a fucking laughing session. You had to pretend like it hurt so that she would stop, and that's it. But the worst ass whipping I got was from somebody who these days had no place doing such a thing, and these days would be a fucking big fucking deal. So that just says the difference in times that between now and the children growing up these days.
Oh, well, when I was a kid in the neighborhood where I grew up, you learned early on that if any adult sees you screwing up, they're going to bust your ass.
That's how I grew up.
And when you got home,
they say it takes a village,
Mom and Dad busted your ass again.
Yep. Both parents. Like, my godmother, she was our neighbor when I think I was like 4 years old, so she was there throughout the whole time. And I remember I'd get an ass whooping from her. Her husband would come home before my parents, and so I get an ass whooping from him. And then when my parents got home, I got an ass whooping from each one of them. So that was like 4 ass whoopings in one day. So pretty much I learned how to be sneaky and just get around shit, not get caught.
Oh, I was going to say you learned to be a straight shooter and a good kid, but never mind.
No. I missed that class.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something else. My mother knew everything I did. I tried to sneak and do shit. She found out about it. I mean, I'd sneak across the bridge, and that was a no-no. You didn't go across the bridge. Go anywhere in the neighborhood, but don't go across the bridge. Because you go across the bridge, you're getting your ass bucked. Or I'd sneak off, across the bridge, go fishing. Because there's places to fish over there that I couldn't get to on my side of the river. She wasn't having it. That was an ass kicking. And I don't know how she found out I was doing it, but somehow, every single time, she knew. I think mothers are naturally psychic or some shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, she was just trying to beat some sense into you.
Didn't work.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't believe it worked at all.
Nope. Yeah, no.
That might have been her intention, but nah, she failed.
Yeah.
At least she tried. God bless her.
Mama tried.
I will say this. I ain't robbed no banks. I ain't killed nobody. I'm a pretty good person. I don't cause trouble. So,
for the most part.
Oh, well.
Guess it depends on what you mean by cause trouble, but okay.
Yeah.
I keep to myself most of the time. It's just, I didn't turn out bad. And I got my ass kicked on a daily basis, just about.
You're right. You're not a snowflake.
No. I'm
not a trophy for everyone.
I'm more of a hailstone than a snowflake.
That's all right.
The hell is Gunpowder doing? Looking for more fucking she's looking for more. Well, what the hell is she drinking?
Fireball whiskey.
I think she's
Fireballs. Yeah.
I was putting stuff up in the bathroom so my kids don't get into rubbing alcohol and all the other shit they don't need to be messing with.
That's good for them to play with.
No.
Oh yeah, you got a little one. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
little. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
That's not good for them to play with.
Hey, did you run out of your magical Band-Aids?
No, I keep that shit stocked up just for that little kid. And I have to hide them because, he bumps into something. He's like, "Oh, I need a Band-Aid." It ain't bleeding. Go away.
You know how you stop that? Wait till he gets a little scuff on him and get yourself some Mercurochrome.
Some what?
Do they still have that? I have not seen that.
That's Mercurochrome.
Mercurochrome.
Yes, that's
what's called we're old.
Right there. that is the devil's medicine. That is.
It looked like iodine. Left that orangey.
Yep.
Color.
Yeah, we didn't use that. Just witch hazel.
Witch hazel. Yeah.
I got witch hazel.
Hey, do any of you guys here have
Oh yeah, it does.
Any of you guys here have like muscle pains and shit like that?
Yeah, I've got lidocaine ointment for that.
That's why I was late to the chat. My back is on fire right now.
You ever try capsaicin?
No.
Try it and then get back to me.
Does it work?
All I'm gonna say is try it and get back to me.
All right. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Or don't, unless you want to feel like wherever you rub it on is on fire, and that's the only thing that takes your mind off of the pain.
Oh, so it's kind of like Sloan's.
Capsaicin is the actual, not ingredient, but it's the actual part of a pepper that is the hot part. And when you buy
yeah, you're right.
And when you buy it in the bottle for creams, it's a concentrated cream of nothing but the hottest part of the peppers, and all it does is set your fucking skin on fire so you forget about the actual pain you have going on underneath it. So
no thanks. I'll stick with my lidocaine cream.
Yeah, can't have two pains.
Shit, lidocaine cream. That's the shit. But no, I only said that to be a smart ass and to see if any of you guys have ever tried it, because me going through my shit for as long as I have, of course I have, and it is not pleasant.
No.
So yeah, no.
I'll stay with my lidocaine patches and my biofreeze, and that'll be good.
I'll stick with the Tiger Bomb.
You was talking about that witch hazel earlier. Witch hazel burns when you put it on something. I don't think it's as bad as mercurochrome.
I use it for an astringent. It really doesn't bother me that bad.
So what does this fucking mercurochrome feel like when you put it on you?
I
mean, what's
somebody dropping acid into an open wound?
Yeah, it's it's like taking pure alcohol and not 50-50.
Outlaw, or any of you guys who haven't tried capsaicin, just next time you're at the drugstore, just buy a bottle and just don't use too much, but try it just to understand what the hell I'm saying here.
I'm going to pass because I take a lot of baths and I don't want certain areas of my body being on fire.
Well, you definitely don't want to be putting it on sensitive areas.
But when you take a bath, like with Sloan's, I learned the hard way with that you, no matter how much you take a shower first, don't take a bath.
No.
And so, like, parts of my body felt like they were on fire. And I let the water out because I was thinking, well, shit, this water is really fucking hot on my skin. And so I let the water out and I put it on mostly cold.
And it got hot.
And my skin was still on fire. But then it was like other parts of my body were on fire now. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so my dumbass, not realizing that it was the fucking Sloan's, I was drunk. And so I called my doctor and I'm like, I need some testing because there's like fire in my undercarriage.
Fire down below.
Yeah. And this is not natural. And so I go to the doctor and he's like, well, what seems to be the problem? And I'm like, my undercarriage is on fire. And he looks at me. I'm like, dude, my cooter is on fire. Like, I think there's something wrong. And so he sits there and he's like, well, what,
Tardot?
Tell me about your day. Well, this was before Tardot.
Oh.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, I had done the insanity challenge and my body was aching. So I put some Sloan's on and then I'd taken a shower probably about 8 hours later after I'd done, some stuff in the yard. And then I waited about an hour and I was still in pain. So I took a bath and it's just everything is on fire right now. And he's like, okay, Jesse, have you been drinking? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, okay, well, lay off the booze. You've got Sloan's on you. And I'm like, well, how long is this feeling going to last? And he's like, probably about 8 to 12 hours.
Oh.
And so, yeah, every time water would touch my legs, my arms, anything, it would just heat back up. And so it took about 8 to 12 hours.
Spell this for me. SLOANS?
Yes. SLOAN. Yeah, Sloan's.
All right, I'm looking it up because it sounds a lot like the fucking capsaicin, but
it's probably the main ingredient because it'll make your nether regions on fire, and even if you put ice on it, it ain't gonna help.
Okay, and even when it's not on so-called nether regions, does it heat up the area?
Oh yeah, like that's why I took a shower, because it felt like it was going to blister my skin. It got so freaking hot.
Oh, geez. Well, then you get in a warm fucking shower, and yeah. Been there.
It was terrible.
No. Yeah, no. I hear it. Been there with the capsaicin.
Yeah. No.
Sloan's. What the fuck would I call this?
Ligament ointment.
Cream.
Yeah, Dano was.
It's a liquid. It's a red liquid.
Sloan's ice cream.
First comment.
Sloan's ice cream.
What?
Does that sound good to you guys?
No.
That's what's coming up in my Google search.
No, it's
your Google's drunk.
Ointment, isn't it? The one you use, the Sloan's.
Yeah, it's a liquid. And it, this should be a warning to you. It's got this little freaking cotton ball on a metal rod that's hooked to the lid, so that way you don't get contact with your fingers or anything like that.
Okay. All right. I'm not surprised, because I typed it in, and the first thing that I pull up, it says Sloan's liniment, right?
Yeah.
Generic name. Guess what it is?
Capsaicin.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we've basically been talking about the same shit, with different names.
Yeah, that shit's terrible.
Lidocaine patch.
No,
lidocaine cream is the best. There's no burning, nothing.
Cool. Or the patches, at least. When I tried them, they were cooling, and I don't know if they really worked on pain, but
no, not so much.
Bathe, if I could bathe in this,
it just knocks the edge off, I think.
I would totally bathe in it, because I use it from the top of my neck down to the bottom of my back and on my knees. And as soon as that ointment hits, you're sitting there and you're like, okay, this isn't bad. And then 10 to 20 minutes later, you're like, what fucking pain? Let me do that fucking insanity workout again. Fuck yes.
Yeah. I've never had such a experience from lidocaine. It's only been very, very mild.
Oh, I had a prescription for this shit.
Well, I got it from. Are we still live on here? It doesn't matter. Got it from Aunt who. I said, "Are we still live on here?" And then I said, "It really doesn't matter." Got it from an aunt who's fibromyalgia. So she had quite a few of them, and with me with the gunshot wound and herniated discs in my neck and doing all that shit, and she's like, here's a few of these, try these. And I tried them and was doing them when I was doing fucking dumbass warehouse work, which was even worse for my body than than anything else. But what I remember was a little bit of cooling, but I mean the deep pain, it never took away too much actual pain, but I mean like you said a second ago, maybe take the edge off. Possibly.
That's about it. Take the edge off. Dano said Dano said, unless it's a narcotic, it's just candy.
Dano knows what he's talking about, and me and Dano are in the same boat when it comes to that. So he could be in here and we could have a different discussion, but
no, that's part of the reason I'm awake right now, is because I can't lay down. So just kind of like leaning back here. Gosh.
Yeah, for me, unfortunately, I have a father who recently retired and decided he was going to go load up a whole pickup load of fucking dirt the other day, and I can't let a 60-year-old man go out and do that shit by himself, even though my body's broken too, and had to go help him. And I think I'm probably hurting more than fucking his old ass is today.
Yeah.
I do find it funny though that you guys were talking about that whatever Sloan's bullshit, and I brought up capsaicin before that, and it turns out that it's all the same.
It's the same shit.
Same shit.
Well, gentlemen, I think we're about to, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring this one to a close.
Of course you are, Outlaw.
Well, it's
you
3 o'clock in the morning.
You fucking wuss. It's not even midnight, dude.
Outlaw.
It's not even midnight, dude.
It's not midnight where in your time. In
Midnight
our time,
left.
It's not even midnight. You guys
midnight's asleep.
You guys living in the
He's
future
cooking something.
you guys living in the future need to just calm down, relax, and get.
Okay, so
some of us folks who live in the future have to work tomorrow, so we need
quick
sleep.
question.
Oh well, fuck that.
Quick
shit,
question,
dude.
Outlaw.
Go ahead.
Have any of you shot a 92D?
No.
No, but it sounds like something I should.
What the fuck is a 92D?
No, a Beretta 92D.
No, I have not.
I've shot Beretta 92 FS, but I don't know
I have
what a
never
D
fired
is.
a Beretta 92, period.
What is the D that designate?
It makes you go, damn!
No, I ran across at one of the gun shops.
It makes the women go boom.
It makes them go her her. No, I ran across a 92D, and it's double action only with no hammer.
Oh no!
And I was like, that's. It looked familiar, except it didn't have the decocker and it didn't have the ham. The protrude. I was like, this is different. So,
unless it's from,
I didn't know it existed.
Unless it's like historic from Italy or something, I would say no on actually getting it, because I've shot 92 FSs and all that shit, and they're much more pleasant to shoot than thinking about shooting that same gun with double action only.
Yeah, I like my FS.
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, this is like, wait a minute, this is not the same.
Well,
I had to take a double take.
Well, yeah, I mean, it just comes down to the manufacturing date and where it was built or where it was manufactured and all that stuff. Whether it's actually a good buy for said gun, but I would not buy a 92 FS or 92D that was double strike only.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are bringing this one to a close. Thank you
He's
all
still
for
done.
showing up. We'll probably do it again tomorrow night. Oh, no, we won't, because midnight's going to be on tomorrow night. So he's going to be doing this tomorrow night. So we are all going to invade the Travis chat tomorrow night. So,
unless it's 8:30 and then it's Gun Gals on Cheltenham Outdoors.
Oh yeah, that's Gun Gals.
Who's going to be on Gun Gals tomorrow night? Do you already have a lineup or what?
It's probably going to be the usual, unless someone's wife is actually going to join us this week. Hint, hint.
I've been trying. I even got her shirt. She has her little aqua-colored Gun Gal shirt.
I know. I saw that on Instagram. It's freaking awesome.
And she colored her hair. Now she has blue and like a purplish. You're contagious.
I love your wife so much. She is awesome.
Yeah, she was like, "What do you think?" I said, "If you like it, I like it." She's like, "What kind of answer is that?" Like I told you, as long as you're not complaining about it later.
wow.
As Ellis is waiting for us to finish.
Yes. But I also patient.
Just wait 3 weeks until it grows out a little bit. Then she'll be like, "How do you like it now?"
Yeah.
And
All right,
with
Ellis,
that,
we'll let you get some sleep.
We are jumping off of here. You
All
guys
right.
have a good night. We shall talk to you again tomorrow.
Yep.
And probably Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. This shit never ends. Not y'all.
Yeah.